Okay, let's see what I'm doing here. Let me post this on Twitter, even though I said I was gonna stay off Twitter. Post this so everybody can join the live. Red Cup Nayka. Let me see. Twitter. Yeah. Share Twitter. Let's see. I'm trying to stay off Twitter for like a whole month, but I need to like post this on there so people can join. Then I'll delete it when I'm off. Um, let's see. Oh God, twin. You know what? Why don't you come up on this live, um, Munoz? Because you always talking shit in the comments, but you never hop on. I do have my red cup. Hey, nitrogen. I posted the link in the chat in case you guys want to be brave enough to come up here and talk. It's Friday. I have my red cup. Um, so see what people want to talk about today. I see there's like I've been peeking on Twitter. There's like some stuff um with Charles again and Mungai Mungia. I don't know how to say his last name. I think it's Mungia. Um, what else is going on? Um, well, the Charlos talking shit about Crawford. Um, and then there's other stuff with other sports. It doesn't always, for like when I do Red Cup Nike, it doesn't necessarily have to be boxing. That's why I did this like segment so we could talk about sports in general, um, or any other subject. You know, if anybody's brave, the link is in the chat. Look, Munoz, I don't want to see you. Hop up. You don't even have to cam up, Munoz. You could like stay on the, just can't turn your camera off and you just have your audio if you don't want to be on camera. Because most people don't like to be on camera, but they love to talk shit on the internet behind the keyboard. This dude AJ talking about Wilder ducked him because he rematched Fury. Oh, see, this is something that you could get up here and talk about. Oh, you all right? No problem. I posted it on Twitter, but I've been quiet on Twitter, so people probably haven't really like. Let me see. I know Julius is always. Um, and I'm searching through Twitter right now. No, I didn't post on IG. I don't really get most of my viewers from Instagram anyways. It's mostly Twitter, to be honest. But maybe I'll post it. Danny, you missed me? I guess I missed you too. I don't know who you are, but if you wanna hop on here and talk shit, the link is in the chat. Um, I'm trying to be more consistent. Not really in the mood to be on here today, but I pulled myself up and I glammed myself up and I'm on here with my red cup. I thought I saw. I didn't see AJ talking shit about Wilder ducking him. You gotta send me that, Munoz. I have to see that. I saw him talking about what's the other guy? Um, damn, I forgot his name. Somebody help me out. Who else was he talking shit about? He like responded to a tweet about something. He's not really on Twitter that much, so when he did talk shit, it meant something. Um, I think everybody. Let's, let's see. This is why you can't really take a break off of off of some social media outlets because then people don't really know when you go live. But I really need to get away from it. I needed a break. Um, I sent this link to Julius. He's always up for getting up here and talking shit. Everybody else is scary. Oh, let me tell. Let me tell. Damn. Um, what's his name? Oh, what's his name? Ugh, I can't even remember his name. That's so bad. This is what happens when you drink. Thanks, Bastiana. I know you guys. Uh, are having your show tonight at 9:30 Central Time, so that's 10:30 Eastern Time. You guys go ahead and I think if I saw correctly, because I'm just peeking on Twitter, you have Jake Donovan, the infamous Jake Donovan, on tonight. The girls, Baxiana and Lenica J. Um, wait, who's who's this guy right here, Baxiana? Because he obviously has a lot to say about you. She trolls the hell out of soft ninjas. Ay, ay, ay. Okay. And if I know Baxiana, I know she's going to respond to you. So, uh, mm, well, what is this guy's name? On IG. Oh, yeah, see, I have the Instagram on my phone, which I use to do the recording. Actually, I should start using my old phone to record and then have my phone to check things because I finally figured out my Twitter password, so I'm able to do the Twitter on the computer. But Instagram is still on my phone. I need to put it on my laptop too, but I don't remember the password for that either. Um, let's see. Did he tweet it or did he like? Thanks, Boxiana. I mean, you have to kind of stay on Twitter even though you don't want to when you go in live because then people don't know that you're going live. But I'm staying off of there for a month. I really am. I'm staying off of there. I peek into the little chat and stuff that we have, but like as far as tweeting, I'm taking a break. Definitely taking a break. I'll be back when I'm 41. Um, but yeah, if you're not active on social media, people don't really know, and I haven't really been consistent with this Red Cup thing. So, uh, what's new in this boxing YouTube world? Oh, hey Johnny, you wanna hop on? I know that you are a big Joran Ennis fan. You wanna talk your shit? Like Virgil Ortiz maybe fighting your guy or Crawford fighting your guy? Because I know that you always um like you defend him on Facebook boxing. I don't know, like on Twitter, I don't think you're on there, but on Facebook boxing, you're heavy on there, and you definitely go hard for your guy. Um, yeah, I have to get these two to argue, not argue, debates. Ryu was on there earlier this week on Cat Talk, so where we kind of up to that. All right, your message was a little bit all over the place, Williams. Hello, Chicano prophets. I'm trying to get people to come up here because this Red Cup Nayka is not really for me to sit up here and talk to myself. Like I need people. All right, see, we got action. We got action.
What's popping?
Hey, how
See,
you
I cut
doing
my
tonight?
beard.
Yeah, you did, but it's still there, so it doesn't look bad. Um, tell the people in the chat who's your guy and what he's about and what moves he's gonna make and and why he's the guy.
Oh,
Because I know
Boots?
yes,
You talking
Boots
about
because of
Boots?
yeah.
No, Jerron is just a guy because he's most skilled at doing everything. His next fight is supposed to be against Castillo Clayton. They probably waiting. It's probably going to be in May.
Do you know him personally, or you just like
No,
it's
that
just
that's
like
my youngin.
oh okay, all right. So what do you think about him? Like maybe fighting Virgil Ortiz
He
or
beats the shit out of
Crawford.
Virgil.
God, see, I knew you were gonna say that. Like you're
No,
you're very you're very like
no,
persistent
I
in your
people
in
be
your
like, I get it, that's my youngin, and I love him to death, but I'm honest. Like
so
even
you're
I got a
you're
lot of friends that's
you're not
boxers, but
impartial because he's your guy. You really do just think that he's
no, like
impartial.
I'm talking about styles wise. Like Virgil is a good fighter. But one thing I feel about Virgil is he can only fight when he's momentum going forward. He can't fight
Forward.
off the back foot.
So what about against Crawford?
Crawford, he
Because
beats
I always see you in the chat talking shit about him beating Crawford too.
nobody at 147 beats Boots, and I love Crawford and I love Spence.
So not even Spence. Neither
No,
Spence or Crawford beats Ennis.
none.
Wow.
Physically,
And what manner do you think that he would beat these guys? Like knockout? Like,
I
it'll
can see late
go by
stoppage.
decision,
I
late
can see a late
stoppage?
stoppage.
Really? Wow.
I can see late
Against
stoppage to
against
KO.
Crawford and Spence?
Yep,
I
it's
mean,
it's the physical
I
tools. He does
yeah.
everything Crawford do, but way better. Physically more explosive, feints, fighting the inside better, fighting different angles. Crawford goes both orthodox and southpaw, but you can tell when Crawford is going southpaw, he's going for the kill. Boost is way more fluent with it. Boost just
Someone
more
agrees
fluent.
with you. Someone agrees with you. He says Virgil ain't ready for that. He's right. But I don't know about You know what? That's your guy. It's your opinion. You know, but stoppage is a very like strong opinion. Stoppage is a very strong opinion to say, but
Swim
yeah.
Munez, yeah, for sure.
Oh man.
Yeah, none of them dudes beating the Boots at 147.
So when do you think he's gonna get one of these big fights like that?
You know the politics he with Cameron
Politics,
Duncan.
yeah.
Yeah, so I mean, by the end of the year, he should be getting a title shot. But will Earl fight him for that IBF? Because
Mm.
if I was on Earl's and I'll vacate and move up, I'd fight Crawford and move up.
Do you
But
think
if they
that's
want
gonna
to keep
happen
on
though?
playing games, one of them
Yeah, I
gonna
don't.
lose soon.
Oh, we'll see how that goes. Well, who do you have for the Spence and Ugas fight?
I'm taking Spence. Good fight, but I think Spence gonna outwork him. With work
Fight.
rate, and fight him from a distance.
And how do you see him winning that fight? Like stoppage,
Decision.
decision. Oh,
Yep.
look, I got somebody to debate your in his booth. Booth
Boots
hasn't fought
hasn't Boots
nobody.
hasn't fought
Stop it.
nobody.
This is my guy
That
Ray. I knew he was gonna come in to
that's
speak for
that's
his guy
because
Spence.
that's because everybody who we want that has a name is not trying to fight him.
But what do you got to say about that, Ray? Hop on because he's gonna defend his guy Anderson. I know you're a big Spence fan, so
Tell
uh,
Ray Jackson to hop on because
yeah,
I
yeah.
be same thing with Spence fans. I told people Spence would beat Keith Thurman back then, but I didn't hear people be like, "Oh, who has he fought? Algeri, Bandu."
Hop on, Ray. Don't you don't have to cam up, but just hop on because I know
They
you're gonna talk your
fighting
shit.
they fighting champions. You don't even make no. Of course, you're going to try to fight the other champions. It makes business sense. Why would you fight a Boots and
But
get your ass whooped?
do you think that they're ducking him?
I wouldn't say. I
Is
would
that
say,
what you're saying in so many words?
yeah, their business avoided him. right now.
Business. That's a new one. I've never heard anybody say their business avoiding him
Yeah, you hear
instead of
all this.
saying
Oh yeah,
Duckett,
he's a good fighter,
business
this and that.
avoiding him.
But oh, who has he fought? Oh no, he's number one. Y'all got to deal with him, not move up.
When is his fight?
Who? Boots.
Ennis.
You let it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah, Melody and May. What's
So
good?
hey Julius, this is
Hey, what's
Julius. This
up,
is not
man? What's
Ray.
good with you?
Ray hasn't hopped on, but
Ray
Julius, this is
Jackson.
Johnny. He's a big Boots Ennis fan, and he's just made a statement saying that nobody beats him at 147, and that's including Spence and Crawford. So what do you got to say about that?
Well, I'll say this. Now, I know Boots can fight, but I don't know if Boots can beat both of them. I don't know if he can beat either of them, and he might can beat both of them. But we're gonna have to see a little bit more evidence. I mean, I know the eye test look good, but what happens if he get hit? Like a lot of people look great, but then we find out when they get in a fight that chin ain't what it was, or they get in the ring with a real pressure fighter, and we end up finding out that if they can't knock nobody out, they get on their bicycle and they run. So I'm not saying Boot's gonna do any of that. I'm just saying, to me, before I say he can beat Spence or beat Bud, I got to see the fight made. Um, and I gotta, I mean, I got to see him under fire against somebody that's gonna push him. But if he just beating up guys and nobody can push him, that's one thing. You know what I'm saying? I can't penalize him for knocking guys out quick, but I can't
So are
just
you saying that he
yeah.
hasn't been tested in your
Not
opinion?
to the point where I'm ready to say that he can beat Spence or Bud.
My whole point where I counter off of that is all these fighters that we uh, all these fighters that he about to fight is not going to really
If
test him,
somebody has
and the
playback,
names that you
um,
think would test him is not going to fight him.
That's true. I mean, look, I'm in agreement that he should get one of those fights. You know what I'm saying? If Bud or Earl don't fight each other, then he should fight one of them. It ain't fan about it. It's about it. He to me is the tender. Um, he should get the Keith Thurman fight if Keith Thurman want to fight, or he should fight Earl or Bud next if they don't fight each other. I agree. Stanionis, somebody like that, I wouldn't mind seeing him fight them. So
He
I'm in.
tried to
I'm in.
fight. He tried to get the boot. What's the guy who just beat Jamal James? Butayev.
A booty vibe like that,
Yeah, Booty. He tried to get that fight. Rejected. Remember, 15, usually 10 to 15 opponents reject him. So
Mhm.
he got to go whatever he can get. Sergey Lipinets was a great top 10 opponent, and he knocked him right out of there. So
He did it quick,
he's
but
not he's not
though
going to.
Russian fighters right now, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't know if anybody gonna be really putting them on cards like that. Like even the Bivol and Canelo, they gonna be doing some things about what's going on with Ukraine as far as getting fight. So but Budev, he a good fighter, but he ain't level. He ain't on
I think
Boots
you
level.
got double, like when you talking, it plays back
He
All
boot
right,
boot.
hold on. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hang. I'm gonna come back on the laptop.
and come back in. Okay,
I'm gonna come
all
back
right.
in like that. Yeah.
I think Butayev is fighting Stanionis on the Earl Spence versus you guys co-main. That's gonna be a
Ooh,
good fight.
I really think the saying that he's late stoppage is a very strong statement to say. Like, what makes you think that he could stop them? Like,
One,
what weaknesses do you see in Crawford and Spence that makes you think that Boots would stop them late?
well, I see
Because you're not
what
even
we
saying by decision. You're
yeah,
saying
but
like stoppage.
what weakness I see in Crawford. Crawford gets hit. Crawford, he's a good fighter, but people hype him up technically on the defensive end. He gets hit a lot. And Boots, for somebody that throw a lot of different angles and that explosive, if you get caught by Boots, he's getting you out of there. I think
Okay, fair enough.
what I like about Crawford is that how could I say he's locked in. He's a very locked in fighter. Like he's
I
on
feel like
point.
he's very calculated. Like
Yeah, he's on
he's
point. But
yeah, he's like inputting the information. So yeah, you're gonna get hit here and there, but
but
you're
but
you're
when you
timing
dealing with
everything.
somebody like boxing just physically that's naturally bigger, naturally explosive and feints and can do everything you do and all that, it's just a bad matchup. Just as long as Reach more explosive, could fight inside, outside, southpaw, orthodox with you, and people think Boost, oh, he could take a hit. He took a couple. Took a couple punches. I
See,
just
that's
tell
what
people,
Julius was saying, that he doesn't
yeah,
feel like he's been tested like that to be able to confidently say that he could beat Crawford or Spence. So
I
what
just
weaknesses do you see in Spence
I
that
just
makes you
know
think
from being personal and seeing them all in the gym and stuff like that, and just being around. Boost is just generational. You don't come. He got Boots is like a mix of Roy Jones and he does some shit like Roy Jones and Floyd mix. Like that shit is rare that he be doing. Like you don't see that come around.
so what's the weaknesses in Spence that you makes you think he could beat Spence?
Spence Spence is technically Spence is technically good, but I think just the physical advantages of Boots. Boots being a little bit taller, reach. Spence used to outworking people. His work rate ain't higher than Boots though. And the just feints and skill rate, I think Boots just got him as all around.
Do you have a Twitter? Because they would hop on you on Twitter if you were saying this on Twitter. They would definitely. I think that they would be worse on you on Twitter than they are on Facebook, because when you do it on Facebook, it's like in the
You can hear me?
boxing. Yeah, I can hear you in the
For
boxing
some reason I
chat.
can't hear you. Somebody was trying to call me, then I rejected. I can't hear you.
So just so get out and then come back in. It's probably sometimes
Let
it
me
happens like when you
let
get a
me
call.
leave
It
then get
messes.
back on.
Okay, okay. Those are really strong statements by my guy Johnny. He definitely needs to hop on Twitter because they are definitely hop on him. There's a lot of Spence fans that are gonna go to bat for him. And boy, let me tell you. Um, okay, I see this tweet that. Oh, okay, I see Munoz. I see the tweet that you tagged me on. Um, Let me see if I can share my screen. 'Cause I'm getting a little bit tech savvy on here. Share screen. Share screen. Chrome tab. Uh, okay, so it says here. Um, I guess Deontay Wilder tweeted, "When that fight was a draw, I told you that I would give you a rematch. I was offered more money to fight Joshua than I was getting to fight you. Again, being a man of my word, I fought you like I said I would." So I believe this was Wilder speaking to Fury, and then Anthony Joshua tweeted, "Need I say more? Let's put this AJ Duck saga to rest. I respect Wilder. He's a good fighter. He just wasn't ready to fight me. If you don't believe me, see below." And this is below. You know what? I'm not even mad at AJ. I mean, he could use that as as proof, but I don't really think. I see Wilder's not really heavy like that on Twitter, so he probably didn't see that. He's probably more active on Instagram. So if he wants Wilder to give him a reaction, he has to do that on Instagram. Um, Munoz says they better hop on the Boots train now. Gonna get too crowded soon. I mean, I always see there's a lot of Boots fans, but there's like not a lot of Boots fans like Johnny saying that he would beat Spence and Crawford. Like that's like the ultimate train ride, solo train ride at this. But there's definitely people saying that Boots is like the top contender and he has the skills to pay the bills. But like beating Crawford and Spence, that's heavy talk, and that's not really a lot of people on that train. So, but it's just that Wilder isn't man. That's it. Yeah, because he did give um Fury. Oh, see, Julius is all suited and booted now with his headphones.
Yeah, man. I was double talking, so I had to get, you know, do
So, but
something different.
okay. Yeah, no, you look suited and booted now. You look. I feel like I need to get me some headphones. Um. So Baxiana says, Nike, the eye test. How do you think Errol looks? He looks very much in shape and ready for war. Um. Yeah, he does gotta get his gear on. Hey, Kobe, too bad. But you know what? This is not even your real name, but I know who that is. I'm on that. He beats Bud and Errol Train 2. Very close and close to 50-50, but Crawford would be the most challenging.
I
I
mean,
mean, they really, on Twitter, they're not like this. They're not really on this. People are for Boost, but they're not on the like he will beat Crawford and Spence train. I don't know about all that. Yeah,
yeah, that's right,
Julius got a good.
Bassiana. I'm ready. I'm going to war.
I'm not mad at him. I'm not mad at him because I can hear him, I can see him, and he always hops over here, so I'm not here by myself. Because I have to make sure that when I go live, I let people know ahead of time, so I'm not up here by myself. But back to her question, I think Errol looks good. Like around this point, I definitely think he's focused now. This is just my honest opinion. I feel like before the accident, he was partying a lot, drinking a lot. So he was a little bit blown up in between fights. And, since the accident, he has definitely been on a different, like, work ethic and, like, not drinking. From what I see, he looks very, close to fight weight during in between fights. So it's a different look and like if he was already a beast before he was actually like all the way 100 dedicated, like I could just imagine now like that he's more dedicated to the craft and like leaving
Mhm.
things that will hurt you in the long run, like drinking. I think
Yeah,
it's gonna make a difference. So
yeah, I think he's more motivated. And also, I think he's going to be the same old Earl. The good thing about the way Earl Spence fights is that it's not about speed or, like Boots, it's more about the speed game. Earl is more about the jab and breaking guys down to the body. And I think that he'll be able to do that for a long time because his style of fighting doesn't take a lot of I'm not saying it doesn't take a lot of effort. I shouldn't say that, but it's not a difficult style for him to do. He just got to remain and stay in shape, and he in shape. And I don't see nothing that Uga's gonna do that's gonna beat Earl. I mean, people say ring rust, but I didn't see any ring rust against Danny Garcia. And to me, Garcia and Ugas is the same type of fighter. They're gonna stand right in front of him, and Earl can fight them guys coming off 3-year layoffs. He gonna beat them the same way, the jab and the body shots.
so my question to you guys is how do you guys think Ugas look?
I think Ugas is in shape, but again, this gonna come down to technically how good is Ugas, and to me, I've seen Ugas at his best. If his best was Sean Porter and Manny Pacquiao, I don't think he wins this fight because it's a different type of fight, different style of fighter. And I've seen guys like Spence with a good jab, like Amir Imam, beat up Ugas. And some people say,
I don't
"Oh
never
well."
really see. I don't never really see a lot of people say how good Ugas looks. Like like he looks ready. Like before
Mm-hmm.
any of his fights, like they don't really talk about that. And I don't. And he's to me doesn't look like he's ever out of shape in between fights. So
Right.
I feel like he's one of those dedicated fighters who doesn't like,
He is.
do a lot of drinking or,
Hmm.
So
Gotta.
he always
That,
he to me he always looks fight ready, but
yeah,
I could be mistaken.
and
But
I think that his girlfriend keep him real focused. I'm gonna be honest. I've seen a difference in Uga's fight game since he has started dating this young lady, and
really,
sometimes,
you think
yeah,
it's the lady that got him
yeah,
in focus?
yeah, I think so
That's
because
interesting.
listen, here's the thing: when he was
She probably like,
fighting,
you know what? You can't mess with this money.
yeah, yeah,
Stay
and
ready. Yeah.
yeah, and think about it. Before Ugas had been on a real run since he got with the
Wait, I have to address something here.
Okay, go ahead.
Somebody's lying in the chat. Somebody's lying in the chat.
Talking about the
But
Shakur fan.
yeah, I am not a Shakur fan. So if you're gonna do that, post receipts. I'm not a Shakur fan. What I did say the other day on Women Christian and Wednesday is that him against Valdez, that I think he would win, but that
Yeah,
doesn't make me a Shakur fan.
right. That-
Don't lie like that in my chat. Don't lie like that in my chat. Don't lie like that. I'm not a Shakur
yeah.
fan. I don't have to be a fan of his to say that he's gonna win a fight.
Yeah,
Like
he should win that fight. Yeah, no
yeah, but
doubt.
I don't have to be a fan to say that.
No.
Like just because I said he would win the fight doesn't mean that I'm
Yeah.
now a Shakur fan.
Yeah.
Don't sit up here and lie to these folks like
Yeah.
that
I,
in my
I
chat.
I said that Canelo would knock out Plant, and I'm not a big Canelo fan. But I told the truth or what I thought was gonna happen. But yeah,
Okay.
Ugas to me is real focused and he looks good, man. He's always in shape. I just don't think he got enough to win this fight though.
Really?
Yeah.
What was your pick for the Manny Pacquiao and Ugas fight?
I thought that it would be a draw type fight, or I thought that they would give the decision to Manny and Ugas like deserve it. I thought that would happen.
See, like she want to be a fan. He don't keep it to him, and he have from a good brother. I don't want to be a fan. I'm not gonna be a fan. I don't want to be a fan. I'll watch the fight, but I'm not gonna be a Shakur Stevenson fan.
Yeah,
And
Shakur,
that's
but
and that's point blank period.
yeah, I don't think. I mean, the energy that Shakur been keeping for Valdez, he been calling Valdez out for the last couple years. So I don't think that. And the thing with Jamel, I think that Shakur manufactured a beef in order to
a,
get
a
himself
fake a
motivated.
fake beef,
Fake, yeah,
a fake beef.
yeah, because y'all know that they were friends. You know what I'm
But
saying,
I'm
Yeah,
back.
and
I'm
that's
back.
why. Yeah.
Johnny?
Look, so Julius is suited and booted with his headphones now. He's like ready to talk. I
Yeah, I'm
forgot where
ready
you
now.
were when you where were you guys at when you got off?
Oh, he
Were
was
you
saying
talking
that
about?
he believes that if Spencer Crawford didn't fight next, that they should fight Boots.
Yeah, one of them should. Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely, definitely. Because I mean, look, I'm a believer in Boots is what 23, 24 now.
Yeah, 24.
Yeah, like what are we waiting on? It's time for a title fight.
No,
Like,
I agree 1,000%. That's why I used to be looking at people crazy, like, oh, he's too young, too green. I was like, if you're 24 with 30 fights in, and you on
yeah,
top, and you feel like you're ready, you can't deny
Yeah,
that
like
man.
what's your
yeah.
stance on that? Like what? I don't really. I feel like if you're a boxer and you win in fights, like that young shit gotta go out the window. Like I don't
Hey,
feel like oh he's too
hey,
young
I
hey,
think
to
look.
it,
Yeah, go ahead.
when it comes to Spence and Terrence Crawford fans, I think is that they see a threat of a loss, so it's like they make the excuses because now it's just fan injuries. That's why I be trolling in them
what
boxing.
excuses you think the Spence and Crawford fans make? That
Oh,
he's too
he's
young?
too young. Oh, he hasn't fought nobody. Oh, well, Boots don't deserve it. He's too green. Oh, it's called
Well,
fan injuries. Me, like
Managers, okay.
beyond just the business sport, I want to see everybody. If I'm a fan, I want to see everybody fight everybody. I'm not
and
60-40. Oh,
yeah,
70-30. Like, no, bro, you ain't getting paid from them.
I know we ain't gonna benefit none. But let me say this: I'm a believer in guys getting title fights at any age because I actually seen, like, for example, some of the legends that we believe are legends and that are wouldn't be legends if they had to wait till they were 24 and 25. Like, for example, with Mayweather, he won the title at 20, 21. Felix Trinidad won the championship at 20 with no meaningful fights before he fought the champion. Like, Felix Trinidad went to the ring and people didn't even know who he was. And no one outside of people from Puerto Rico had ever heard of Coupe Alto Puerto Rico. So this guy came in as a nobody and left the ring
Not too
as
much in Puerto Rico, okay? Not too
right.
much
People
in Puerto
forget that
Rico.
Sugar Ray Leonard and Tommy Hearns fought each other at 24 years old.
Yeah. And also Mayweather and Diego Corrales fought each other at 23 years old, 23 and 22. Eric Morales fought Daniel Zaragoza, a champion that had been a champion for 12 years. He fought him at 20 years old and beat him after getting knocked down. That stuff, that age stuff, to me, I think fighters are more deadly and more ready when they're younger than they are when they get older.
I agree with you a lot. I was just talking to Eddie Chambers. You know, I just been around boxing forever. I
Fast
see this
Eddie,
all the
yeah.
time. We always talk about this. The hard, if somebody's talented and more younger, they're going to be the toughest ones to deal with because they didn't get to eat yet.
Yeah.
So they come in for the kill.
Mm-hmm.
So when you already laid back and you making your millions, this and that, and you're thinking businessly, that kid is thinking, not even thinking like that. He's thinking to come in and kill. I want to eat.
Hey, look, just like I was saying to Nike about a guy like Ugas, I feel that Ugas started going harder once he got that girlfriend. And you know what I'm saying? Now it's his fiance because she motivated him also with her looks and everything. It's like Ugas
Hey, you know,
became,
I don't really think that.
I think you
I feel
gotta,
like that's a bullshit excuse to
well,
say.
well,
I don't.
well,
I'm not thinking that
well,
that's why he's
well,
fighting though,
well, well, I'm just
because of her
saying,
looks,
Nike,
he's fighting like harder.
I'm
Like I
just
don't get it.
I'm just
Mm,
saying that you anything can motivate a fighter. Like, for example, when a fighter is going through personal issues with girlfriends and things like that, they don't fight as good in fights. You see what I'm saying? So if they can have the opposite effect on a fighter,
No,
I feel they can have a positive effect.
no, yeah, I know. I agree with you. A lot of boxing is mental. So if if you have bad energy around you and you ain't doing what
Mm-hmm.
you need to do, well, it's going to show up in that ring.
Out to Dallas, man. I want to. That's my birthday, matter of
Y'all
fact.
coming to the
On
Spence fight?
Oh,
the
so
Spence
wait,
fight is my
are
birthday.
I
you
most
Aries? You're
likely
Aries,
slide out
Julius?
there.
Yeah, the
Oh, you
17th.
see, that's how you know what? I knew there was something about you that I like. You know,
See,
my birthday is the weekend before, so like that's something like
gotcha.
debating if I might pop up. I might
Yeah,
do a pop
man.
up.
And the
But my
crazy
birthday is the
part,
weekend before.
A
But
weekend
yeah.
before that is WrestleMania. I don't do wrestling, but I might think about sliding through that WrestleMania
on the
When
ninth, on the ninth,
WrestleMania this year?
in Dallas.
It's in Dallas too. Oh man,
Yeah.
they got
on
back
the
to
ninth.
back.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, we got another Aries in the building. You
So
know what,
Aries gang,
Aries?
my B day is March 30th.
Yeah.
Yes, Air. Yeah,
I
we're
guess I'm the
touching, huh?
Sag up
Maybe I mean,
here.
you know,
I'm the message.
we are very loving people, but we're
Right.
like, I'm speaking for myself, and I'm speaking for me and my mom. Like most of the Aries I know are very, very loving people. We have very short tempers, very, very, very short tempers. But
Right.
we love so hard. So you know, Bastian, I'm going to delete this comment here. Oh, you're an Aries too, no? Yes, okay,
Aries
all right.
gang. It seems like everybody Aries besides me up in this joint.
Right.
No. All right. So, who fights this weekend? Somebody fights this weekend?
No, I
This
really
weekend.
wait. Hold
What
on.
today?
Is it? I seen it. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Nobody
yeah.
knows.
Michael Conlon. Michael
Oh,
Conlon
okay.
fights. Yeah. You got to think too. Because I'm heavy on the basketball thing too. So especially
Yeah.
college and pros, but college right now.
Yeah, I
So
work around
nobody
live
gonna be,
basketball.
yeah, nobody gonna be scheduling fights right now during this week because nobody gonna watch the game. We're gonna watch the fight because everybody is in this basketball mode. So Conlon fight, I think it's happening in England. So
Yeah,
yeah.
So
I'm
that's
very
gonna be an
passionate
early fight
people
then.
boxing. Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be an afternoon fight, man. Yep. And the crazy part about that is that they had the weigh in and the guys announced Michael Conlon as the interim champion when the other guys are champion. So
So it's already
yeah,
a setup in play.
it's already a setup. And Eddie
Yeah.
Hearn is the guy promoter, but I don't know.
So it's already a
Hey,
setup in play.
but Nike, I'm glad you called me. I didn't even know you was going on live,
No, but
but
you know,
yo,
because that's because I haven't been on Twitter. I'm trying to take a break for the whole
oh,
month.
I feel
So,
you.
so I was like, if I don't, that's why I can't really take a break like I want to, because if I don't let people know I'm going on live, then I don't get anybody coming into the chat
Right.
here. So
Mm-hmm.
like
Hey,
I have to like.
I
You
wanted to
should get
bring
more
up a
consistent. You can
subject
make
though.
bread over this YouTube and social media
No, I know
stuff.
I have like maybe 1,000 more hours I need to do to get
Yeah,
monetized, but
right.
goodness gracious.
But but look, man, I got a subject though that kind of disturbed me, and I've been tweeting about this thing, man, about the David Diamante situation.
Oh, you know what? Let me pull up that tweet. I bookmarked it. You
Yo,
know what?
What
They
happened?
they said so. You know the announcer Diamante. He has like the long dreads, and he always
Yeah.
says, "Come to the
yeah,
stage, come to the ring,
yeah,
Nayka,
right,
Mercedes,
right,
Mercedes." Like
right.
he repeats your name like twice. So they're saying that he faked this because he had a motor supposedly allegedly he had a motorcycle injury, and he was like uh
Broke 3 bones in
paralyzed.
his
Yeah,
spine,
in
and
his
yeah,
spine, paralyzed. And this was like less than a month
two
ago,
months ago,
supposedly.
right?
2 months ago. And he's walking fine, getting in the ring, getting through the ropes, like digging through the
Flying,
ropes. Like, yeah, like,
yeah.
He's trying to take
so
time. He was like, I'm trying to take time off my gig.
yeah, so then the the post that I bookmarked was a reporter who was doing he was doing like girlfriend type investigation. He went to like the reports of like how many motorcycle injuries or like how many incidents happened on that date that Diamante said the incident happened. And there was only one motorcycle incident on that day, and it wasn't him. So I'm gonna pull it up because I don't know what was his reasoning. If it was true that he lied, I don't know what he would have gotten out of that, because I don't think he made a GoFundMe or anything like that. So I don't know what was his like motive behind it.
Nike, I'm gonna tell you this. When I
Like some people are
saw
just
it,
pathological liars. Like they
yeah,
just.
that's
Uh,
that's what David is. Cause look, I mean, when I saw 3 broken bones in his spine, I was immediately,
he
like
should not be. He
sending
should.
out
He wouldn't be.
tweets
He
and
wouldn't be walking right now like that.
no,
I'm
No.
sorry. He
no,
just
man.
wouldn't. He
He'll
just
be
wouldn't be.
paralyzed probably. He would
Yeah.
probably be paralyzed. And I don't know people that got paralysis that get up and walk in 2 months and get on airplanes and go overseas, be able to sit for 6 and 8 hours. Like, come on, man. Like,
All right. So
stop
this
it.
this is the guy who posted the investigation that he did on Diamante's uh, accident. So
Yeah.
he says one of the cool things about New York City is its open data program. Hundreds of data sets are available on data city of New York.us that
Hmm.
anyone can access and easily view access report. The database has everything from 311 service requests to motor vehicle accidents. So he went on the he went on the site, and he said, using motor vehicle accidents as an example, under law, any vehicle accident resulting in injury, death, or $1,000 of damage has to be reported. It is then assigned a collision ID, automatically updated in the database here. Um, Pertinent details include date, location, and injuries. And this is what he put as a picture right here. He screenshot that. All right, and then he goes, the actual motor vehicle crashes data set is massive. So if you're looking for a specific incident, you can just easily export to Excel and filter by the crash date. And suddenly you're looking at a snapshot of every vehicle accident in New York City on a given day. Super cool, right?
Right.
So he says, just an example, I decided to pick December 20th, 2021, 291 results. Theoretically, this should include every single accident involving injury, death, or damage over $1,000. From there, you can filter it much more. There were 43 accidents where a single person was injured, and he posted this a screenshot of all the accidents, and they give the location right here, like the street, the cross streets and everything, and they'll give you like the vehicle type right here. So he says one of those 43 accidents in which a single person was injured, only a single one involved a motorcycle. Looks like a sedan and a motorcycle tangled up a bit on 37th Avenue. And he posted, he cropped it out and he put it right here. 37th Avenue. Even when removing the injury field so the data doesn't change, only one motorcycle accident was reported on to NYPD on December 20th, and it wasn't on 3rd Avenue under the Brooklyn Sprayway. And then Diamante the story that they reported on him, he said that he was involved in a motorcycle vehicle on Monday while riding on 3rd Avenue. There was not a reported incident on 3rd Avenue, only 37th Avenue. So this guy really did his research. Like, he really went in. So there was no accident reported on the day that he said. So my thing is, like, what did he get out of, like, lying about it? Like, I don't know. To me, that's crazy.
Hey, Nayka, I sent out
he was, like, paralyzed,
I think the guy going hard at him because when he announced that he was coming back, I mean, I looked at the injuries too, and I was like, this guy, Moonshine, right? Mr. Moonshine is all over again. But I was like, this guy got 3 broken bones in his spine and in his ribs, and he coming back in 2.5 months and flying overseas. I was like, for real?
Yeah,
I mean, it's just crazy.
I didn't dive into it because at first I was like, when I first heard about it, I wished him, like, a speedy recovery, because I wouldn't think that somebody would
lie
about having a motorcycle injury and then being paralyzed from it, and then having a miraculous recovery where
in
you're
3
like
months.
walking again and then getting in the rings.
Where he messed up, he should have just laid low.
For a year.
Yeah, lay low.
Said, I had like some personal issues, and I needed to step away from the sport, but I'm back now. But like to say that you were like you were paralyzed and you made this miraculous recovery, that's a lot. So
I sent out a tweet and I said, like the old people say in the church, I said, look at God. You know what I'm saying? Hey, it gotta be for a man to walk and, like you say, stepping through the ropes, flying on airplanes for 6 and 8 hours.
There's no way.
Come on,
I work
man.
at a hospital. You would not recover that quick to the point where you're like stepping through boxing ropes and everything. Like that's like
he ready to get back on the motorcycle.
Let me know what prayer you use there, Monte, so I can have it on deck in case something happens to me, so I can use that same prayer, because you just definitely would not recover that quick to be doing all that stuff.
I mean, the prayer that he got, you liable to be able to pull somebody out of a grave. You know what I'm saying, with that prayer.
He wild out. He should have just laid low for a year, collect checks or whatever he got to do.
But I didn't see any GoFundMe accounts or anything like that set up, so I can't say that he did this to extort people out of money.
Yeah, this is just a bona fide lie.
Yeah, this was
he
just
probably man, I didn't want to come into work, but end up going to work.
I don't have corona, so I can't say that. So it's we have
much love from the UK.
Hello, Toby, all the way from the UK. I appreciate you tuning in.
No doubt.
So what else we could talk about? Are you guys excited about Ryan Garcia's fight on my birthday, April 9th?
Dude, what's his name? I seen dude fight. Dude gonna give him a little. It's gonna be a little tough fight for Ryan.
He's gonna give him some work.
Yeah, he's gonna give him some work.
Yeah. Man, I'm gonna tell you this, man. Until he step up like Munguia, I really don't even want to talk about this guy. This guy, hairline fractures. Oh, okay. Well, I tell you, twin, You know what I'm saying? I'm glad that you fighting for Demonte, but I just don't think it was an accident.
No, no, no.
Yeah.
He said, "What kind of fractures were they?
Oh
Hairline?"
yeah.
He
Oh,
said,
okay. I
"I
see
don't
now.
know. There's no way you'll be back that soon. I sprained my back
Right.
a few weeks ago, and I'm still feeling it. Yeah, there's just
Right.
no way."
Right.
And
Yeah.
no, 3 days ago, I turned over in the bed like the wrong way, and I could barely even walk. I was like, "Oh my
Right.
god!" And I was feeling 40 years old. I
Yeah.
definitely
And
was feeling my age.
Diamante 50.
Mhm.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
I'm 40, and
Right.
I literally turned the wrong way and I could not walk. I had to take a muscle relaxer. I was like, wow,
Right.
I'm really feeling 40 today. So
Right.
he's 50 and you had like
Yeah.
a severe
Yeah.
motorcycle accident and you sprain and you paralyzed and now you're like walking and hopping in rings, and my guy.
Mm-mm-mm.
I
Look
commend
at
you.
God.
Yeah,
Congratulations. Yeah.
Ryan Garcia, he
Yeah.
talking stuff out of fights a lot.
Yeah, but I
Yeah.
feel I have a sweet spot for Ryan Garcia. I feel like people really do go through mental things, and he has like a family that he's taking care of. Like people pulling him all different directions. Like he didn't like I. It, mental health is like a real thing,
No, I agree, but
and
I
like,
if
agree with
you're
mental
not there
health.
mentally, like boxing is definitely a big mental sport. Like people fail to realize that or remember that. So if you're not 100% going in the ring, you're already down in the cars like three cars, like
No,
So if
I
you know that you're not feeling right mentally, then you don't need to get in the ring. So I always see people pick jokes, and say talk about it, but I haven't, because I really feel like that he wasn't
no
there mentally. He didn't feel comfortable going in the ring the way he was feeling. So
no
I'll be
no
cool. I just
Nike.
know that
Go
Tank,
ahead.
like behind the scenes in them, Tank really offered them that fight. But then
And
y'all gonna go and act like y'all want to do shit with Pacquiao and shit like that.
yeah, I that's the thing that I got against Ryan is that I just think it's time to step up and fight someone. Like,
Campbell
and
was a
I'm
good
not
step
talking to,
up.
yeah, it was, but that was what now, almost 2 years ago. Like, you haven't fought in a long time, and it's just look, Mugia is stepping up to fight Charlo. That's the type of fight I think Ryan need to
Is
step
that
up.
official?
Oh no, it's not
well,
official, but they act like it's in the final stages,
in the
and
final
McGee be
stages of
talking that nut shit too. Like,
yeah, oh yeah,
so
it's
you don't
time
so
for
you don't
him.
think that's gonna go so you don't think that's gonna be official.
It's time. No, I
Is
think
what
he
you're
gonna
saying.
take it. No, I think Mugia is gonna take it because you got to remember a lot of times fighters don't want to fight a guy unless they look bad in the fight before. You know what I'm
that's gonna be a
saying?
good fight
Uh,
though.
I think it is too. I think Charlo will win, but I think it's gonna be a hard fight. You know what I'm saying? Like I could see somebody getting knocked out in that fight.
Like McGee was Boo Boo's mandatory for the last 3 years. Didn't want to take
Right.
that shit.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's crazy. And that's why I had a problem with Canelo. I don't have a problem with Canelo because I don't think he can fight or I don't think he can beat Boo Boo. But I just don't like to hear guys talk about a guy isn't a draw and then you end up fighting people that nobody knows. So like I say, the fight that Canelo taking with Bivol is a big fight, is a serious fight. But I would rather see Boo Boo get that fight.
No, I agree. I like it's another Canelo fans. I like Canelo as a fighter, but when it comes to Beatrice Andrade, I pointed just knowing behind the scenes and knowing everything. He'd avoided him back since 154. I was like, then people taking that excuse. Oh, he's not a good fighter. No, y'all avoided him because he's a high risk, low reward. If you fight Boo Boo, you're going to be in a tough fight. If you
So
win it,
you
it's going to be a
so
pool.
you think that he would beat Canelo? Is
Boo
what
Boo
you're
got a
saying?
No.
good chance of beating Canelo,
I
style wise.
I would personally I would pick Canelo to stop Boo Boo. But let
Boo
me say
boo. You
but
say
let but
boo boo.
Boo Boo. But let me say this though. But it would be a fight. It ain't gonna be a fight like Caleb Plant. It's gonna be a serious fight, and Boo Boo ain't gonna be out there trying to be friends in the middle of the round like Caleb Plant did. And that's why I'm telling people right now because this is from Benavidez's dad that the fight gonna happen in September. David Benavidez stopping and knocking Caleb Plant out. You know what I'm saying? It ain't no different. Caleb Plant got that check and he went bought cars. Him and his wife got that bag. They are the happiest people on this earth, man. Think about this for a second. Caleb Plant got $10 million for a boxing match.
No, I agree. I like Caleb
I
as
never
a
bought
Yeah,
into
person and all
him
that
winning
too,
that
but
fight.
yeah.
who has Caleb fought to be
Nobody.
like?
No, that's why I didn't buy
Yeah,
into
yeah.
No,
Caleb in
Nike.
I'm
that
just
No.
fight.
talking on like the Canelo fans when they be like, "Oh, he hasn't fought nobody, this and that." Come on, you fought Billy Joe Saunders after he got caught in some shit and moved up.
But hold up. Speaking of Billy Joe Saunders, have you seen the picture of Billy Joe?
Yeah, I
Yeah, like
seen
Billy
it,
Joe
let me
look
pull it
like
up.
two Billies. Man, the man's
He
like
he's definitely enjoying his Canelo check.
260.
He's
but
definitely
Yeah.
enjoying his
I
Canelo
think
check.
with the if Canelo was to win, it'll be a close, like damn near robbery type fight because Boo Boo is a hard style matchup. That's why people his lengthy is awkward and he could box. Go
Yeah, he can.
orthodox.
I,
He could
I,
box.
I just think
It's
I
tough,
don't
and he
trust
got
his.
enough pop where you got to respect him.
Right, I agree. I just think that would be a fight where Canelo can make the adjustments and stop Boo Boo in a close fight because I think Boo Boo Chin will let him down in that fight. But I'll say this though, it's a fight I want to see.
And then
I want to see Canelo fight. You know, I want to see what he can do against Bivol, but I want to see
that's
the
gonna be
Boo Boo and Benavidez
a
fight too.
thing about Canelo. His two flaws that I see, which he match up well, but when he's in tough fights, two flaws I see, he fights in spurts.
Yeah,
You
I
gotta
mean
make him fight when he don't want to fight.
that's true.
That's
That's
somebody
true.
like Boo Boo would do.
So this is
Yeah.
a picture of Billy Joe Saunders right now.
Jesus
Yeah, you
Christ,
wow.
man.
You might as
Come
well
on,
retire
Billy
his
Joe.
ass. Go enjoy life.
Billy Joe,
Billy Joe
300
is
pounds,
enjoying.
man.
He's doing the Madonna thing. When Madonna got
Yeah,
his Mayweather checks, this is what he
yeah,
did too. He blew up like this.
yeah, yeah,
Billy Joe
man.
Saunders like
Be
looks
like, yeah,
twice the
enjoy life,
size.
bro.
Yeah,
You ain't coming back.
yeah.
Where you gonna
Because,
come back as a
but if
heavyweight?
you notice on his
Yeah,
face right here, this is where his cheek was like, where Canelo fucked his cheek up. So it looks, even more uh,
yeah, yeah.
like
I
you see
like
All
it
Billy
right
Joe
here.
just off his charisma.
Yeah.
He could
yeah.
fight a
But
bitch
Well,
if he got
you
charisma.
could tell his
yeah.
cheek is still fucked up. Like it's swollen still. It looks it looks
I'm gonna
bigger than
tell
his
you,
cheek right here.
Nika, his whole body is swollen. So,
Yeah, yeah, no. That I agree with, but I tell that you can see where the damage was done on his face with his
yeah,
cheek.
I think he got a broken cheekbone, but I'm telling you, man, that guy, that's what happens, man. These guys get that check, and sometimes I think a part of them, like for example, with Caleb Plant. Caleb was, came from. I'm from the South, just like Caleb. I know how it is. Stay in them trailer parks and stay, live in situations like that where you're dirt poor, where everybody around you is dirt poor. Man, you get a $10 million payday, you've already won. So a part of you is not even in the fight because you gonna got that paycheck. You thinking about, man, you know what I'm saying? Him and his dad, he even admit that they was crying together after the fight got signed because they was talking about, man, we went from the trailer to now we getting 10 million.
One thing is boxing habits is how can I say habits don't go. So one thing I knew about Caleb Plant ever since the amateurs is
Mm-hmm.
that when you pressure him and he's in a tough fight, he folds.
Mm,
Mm.
mm,
It's like the nice guy
To the
come out, he
to
folds.
the point where he's
yeah.
like talking to you and trying to be your
Mentally,
friend.
yeah. I've been here about this back since he was at amateurs. People didn't know that
mm,
Errol
Wow.
Spence was putting it on his ass and he was doing the same shit while at Colorado Springs.
mm-hmm.
So back
Yeah.
in the
He
it
talked
showed
about
the
that.
habits. Like people
Yeah.
and it's funny, somebody that we mutual know, we was talking about that. He was like, yo, when that pressure comes on him, we gonna fold. And that's exactly what happened. It's
That's
Yeah.
habits.
exactly what happened. Yeah.
And I mean, that's what David Benavidez is going to do. And not just that, David is a big boy. You talking about a guy 6'2", 6'3", bringing that same type of more pressure than Canelo, because Canelo allowed Caleb Plant to get comfortable in that fight, and then he walked him down. And Benavidez is going to be on him from the start. He going to knock him out. Or he
Yeah,
might start talking, "Hi, David, how am I doing in this fight?
somebody
Am I
like
doing
David
well?"
Fayez to fight him, you gotta make him back up.
Yeah, you got to back David up. You got to. And sometimes it's best to make it a fight against him. Because if the more you run away from him, the more confidence he get and the better he get in the fight when you move away from David. He get better. Yeah.
So do you think that fight's actually gonna happen this year?
Yes, I think we're gonna see Benavidez and Caleb Plant. I think so. Because now Al Heyman's not gonna protect Caleb Plant anymore. He gonna make him fight people now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, my
So
fault.
So
People keep on calling me. Then when I try to come back on, I don't hear the
oh yeah.
damn.
So yeah, that's what happens when you get a call to things. Um, what else? So what else? So who do y'all have? Let's talk about Valdez and Shakur Stevenson on April
Oh,
30th.
I got Shakur winning every round and
Every round? Every
every
round?
round. Every round.
Okay.
I see
Every
Shakur
round.
easy decision or a late TKO.
Yeah.
Easy decision or a late
Yeah.
TKO.
I
So
think that yeah.
y'all not giving Valdez not a one round,
I
not a
ain't
one
I
round.
ain't giving him. I'm really not because I I know Shakur is more motivated for this fight than the Heron fight, and and his style is just too much for Oscar because he's gonna be jabbing and beating Oscar to the body. Is he's gonna do a number on Valdez on this fight. Then Valdez got all the pressure on him. People talking about the T, the
Yeah, because
steroids. You know what I'm
I mean,
saying?
after he got busted for the T,
Mm-hmm.
he had to probably stop the T, and then he didn't
Mhm.
really look
Yeah.
good his last fight. He looked,
No, he
y'all
got beat
remember what
up.
his face looked like after the
Yeah.
fight? What is
Yeah.
it? Conseco?
One
What is
thing I
that?
Concepcion.
realized about
Yeah.
Con-
Shakur, you can
he
tell
like,
even Jamal Hanf, Shakur is a big kid at 130.
Yeah.
like he's having trouble making that weight.
I
Oh
So
think
yeah, for
so
he's
sure. He
too.
was bigger
definitely
than Jamal Heron in that ring.
yeah. So he's
Yeah.
definitely
I was
having
shocked
trouble
with that. I'm
making
like,
that
oh
weight.
shit. But
So
I can
I
see
feel
Faber.
like now he has to. Valdez has to be a clean fighter go around because they're definitely
Yeah.
testing him. So he doesn't have that extra pep that he might have had in his
Mm-hmm.
last fight, going into the last fight before they caught him.
That herbal
What
tea.
do y'all think that he might have been on that T when he fought Burchell?
A
Yeah.
lot.
Yeah. Because you
You'd be
got to
surprised. A
think.
lot of people be cheating with that steak
Hey,
and tea.
Because
look.
he really did a job on Burchell. Even though
Hey,
Burchell was having trouble making weight and he was recovering from COVID, it was just
right.
like he really pummeled Burchell to
You
like
well, you got to think, Nika and Johnny, when he fought Burchett, it was still doing the COVID protocols, so nobody was really testing like that because you was at a liability having people come into your camp to test you because of COVID. So
mm,
you needed a camp where you weren't around anybody. Think
mm,
about that for a second. So he could have loaded up on the herbal tea and just went in and fight because nobody was about nothing but COVID. That's all we were worried about during that time is someone testing positive for COVID, not for anything else, because that's what was getting fights stopped. So yeah, he could have loaded up on the tea, the boar meat, and all these different things that they
oh
be doing.
God, the boar meat. Oh
Yeah,
my
the
God.
wild boar meat.
Yeah, a lot of fighters be on that shit, but you know how the boxing politics is. It ain't no organization, it's promoters. So they pay somebody to fight. If Canelo gets caught up, ain't nobody gonna try to be like, damn, I want to lose this $10 million payday.
No.
Just
Yeah.
added mistake
So
is just not
HL
owning up
needs.
to it and cover it up always worse than the truth.
Yeah, it was more.
But
It wasn't really. It wasn't a steroid. It was more of like
but
a fat burner
but
to help him like with losing weight,
but
but not losing like the
but
stamina and the
but here's
power.
the but here's the thing though, Nika. When these guys use fat burners, right? And things like that, and they say, "Oh, well, it's not really a steroid." Well, what else do you call when you can lose weight but still keep your strength.
Mhm.
You know, 'cause part of losing the weight is depleting yourself. You get what I'm saying? So if you cannot deplete yourself, stay strong and fight. You know what else is it?
No,
Yeah,
for sure. It's an
it's
enhancer,
not
so it's
called a
cheating.
steroid though.
Yeah, it's not
It's
It's an
called
supposed to be a
right.
enhancer.
It's a
performing
performance
enhancer
enhancer, right?
enhancer. Yeah.
Yeah. So we just look, you know, that's being technical, but either way, it's cheating. You know what I'm saying? At the
Yeah,
top
definitely.
level. Yeah.
Definitely,
But
definitely.
they don't care. You
For
Yeah.
see Billy
sure.
Joe Sanders, like we said against Boo Boo. Billy Joe Sanders got caught on that shit. They
Yeah.
rewarded him. All he did was like,
On the nose, the nose
Yeah.
yeah,
And
then
and
moved
and
up and then got a Canelo fight.
yeah. Well, look at Billy Joe. He gonna need everything, every type of fat burner you could think of. Because because think about this, the
But
man
he already made
300
his Canelo
pounds.
payday, so do he
So
really
he
even
might be
care now?
done. Yeah,
Yeah,
he
do he
done might
even
be
care
done.
now? Like, I
Yeah,
don't
he
think
don't
he even
care.
cares now. Yeah, he
But
made
if
his
he
payday.
but say he try to come back and fight again, he
He
gonna
gonna
have
be
to
fighting at
lose.
heavyweight and cruiserweight.
He ain't got no choice. The guy gonna have to lose 120, 130 pounds to get the 168.
Wow, it's crazy, right?
Real crazy.
Um, so let me see, cause
who
my
who's your
go
favorite
ahead.
out of 30 and a 35 around that range?
Who we
Around
got
them
what
weight
now?
classes. 30 and 35, them weight classes.
Okay, I give you a top five in no particular order, but my favorite five, or let me say seven. I'm gonna go Shakur at 30 and 35, Devin Haney at 30 and 35, um, Cambosis, I gotta put him there because he don't, beat Lopez. So I'm gonna put Cambosis in there. Although I think that he's the weak link, but he's there. You're gonna put Lomachenko there, 30, 35. I like Frank Martin. I like Frank Martin. I like Keyshawn Davis. I think that Keyshawn Davis is gonna be at the top. And I think
Oh, but
within
wait,
the
wait.
next
Can we talk
6 to
about
12
Keyshawn
months.
Davis real quick? Because his
Yeah.
didn't his fight get canceled because he tested positive for a virus that was not COVID related. Did y'all see that?
Well,
No.
no, I didn't.
Let me pull it up for you. So he was
Okay,
supposed to
pull it
fight
up.
March 19th, but
Hmm.
I'm about to say, Dave, you
he
gonna forget about Tank?
No, I was gonna put Tank there. No, she stopped me when I said Keyshawn Davis.
Yeah.
That's why, yeah. Oh, of course. Look, Tank is gonna be right up there in the top two or top three if I was ranking them. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Tank would be top two or top three, no doubt about it. 30 or 35. And 42. I think he can fight at 40. You know what I'm saying? I think he can do something there.
yeah, because they said the top rank posted something on Instagram saying that his fight for March 19th was canceled because he tested for a virus that was not COVID related, whatever that means. Usually, if
Hey,
you test for a
long as
virus, it's COVID related. So
well,
I,
long
yeah,
long as it's not the HIV virus, you
that's
know
what I
what I'm
was
saying?
like. That's
He'll
what I was
be
like.
back in that ring.
They wouldn't say um what the virus was. They just say it wasn't COVID related.
Yeah.
I didn't say STD. Somebody said virus does not mean STD.
Mhm.
I didn't say that. I just said
Yeah.
he tested positive for a virus that would take him out of a fight. So I'm thinking it was COVID, but they're saying it's not COVID related. But I feel like they just don't want it to be COVID. But what else virus
Yeah.
could he have gotten like taken out of a fight for? Like that.
Yeah, I don't know. But but I know in a lot of sports now, like if guys testing, you know what I'm saying, got a cold or whatever, they kind of pulling them out of events. So I'm not for
So
sure.
I need to like, cause I don't know my but I don't know if you guys can see the middle right here. It says card update. Keyshawn Davis has been forced to withdraw from his March 19th bout due to a non-COVID related virus.
Okay. Forced to, yeah. When was that?
Forced,
Today?
yeah, this was
Yeah.
posted today. Forced, forced to withdraw from his March 19th bout due to a non-COVID related virus.
What do
Mm.
you think about Edgar Berlanga?
I don't think a
You
lot
know
of
what?
them.
I don't think a lot of opinion either. I'm
Yeah,
gonna be honest.
don't think a
I
lot of
feel like
them.
he was a hype job, and I knew that his last fight was gonna go exactly the way it did. Like I feel like they was hyping him up to be a knockout artist, in the first round, and I knew like they shouldn't have been pushing that so hard, and it was gonna like be a detriment to him, and then it ultimately was. So, you know,
Who
I'm not
else?
really sold on the Edgar Berlanga
I'm
like
trying to think
style.
Yeah, I'm
upcoming.
not
I like
sold on
Jared
him either.
Anderson as an upcoming heavyweight.
I do too.
Um, I
But
like
not
Jared.
not Edgar Berlanga is like he's.
Yeah.
I don't know why they hyped him so much. Like I really don't. I feel like
I get
that was to his detriment.
Well,
Like he
well,
he's
definitely.
good at marketing, like that Puerto Rican crowd. If he could
yeah, I
really
think
fight, I'd be
so.
like, shit,
Yeah.
like
Mm,
he good at marketing. But
Yeah, I think Top Rank wanted to kind of get a fresh Latino face because think about it, they don't really have one like that, the Puerto Rican, because it's real big with Top Rank, always have been them having shows on Puerto Rican Day. You know what I'm saying? From Miguel Cotto, that's in June, right?
well,
yeah,
this
I
Yeah, I
believe
think
well.
so. The
Puerto Rican festival.
Puerto
Oh,
Rican
oh.
Festival Day
I
is
feel like
in.
it's every day if in the
Yeah, I
garden
got you.
if the
But
Puerto Rican fighters
yeah,
there,
but you
yeah, it's just Puerto
but
Rican
you know what I'm
parade.
saying. They
The
try to do
parade
that
and all that.
right. They
Mhm.
try to do that like they do that for
No, in the summer, yeah,
the
in the summer they
Mexican.
definitely,
Yeah.
yeah.
So, they had Miguel Cotto and they had Trinidad a couple times. So they always Juan Lopez, they always had Puerto Rican fighters like that. And I think that they want to kind of because Zanya's, he ain't got up there big enough yet. So they just trying to build anybody that's
He's
Puerto
actually the
Rican,
better
you
fighter.
know? Yeah, I
But
agree.
I wouldn't put it past him to win that fight. Like I'm not sold on the Berlanga thing. I'm just not.
No, I'm not either. Not
So
sold at all.
that's why I was not surprised the way the fight went last time. Like I was just like,
Yeah.
I keep pushing this first round knockout thing, and
Yeah.
it was
Yeah.
not
He
happening.
fighting bum after bum after bum. Like, come on, man.
There's
Hitting guys, they passing out.
who I'm trying to think who else up there that I'm not really sold on, like as a top.
Are you okay? So this is a good question. Are you a Xander Zayas fan? Because I'm
Nah,
sold on him. I'm sold
I
on
ain't
him.
Xander
sold on
Zayas
it.
could fight.
No, I'm not
Yeah,
sold
no,
on. I'm not sold on
me.
that comment right there.
I don't know. Yeah, I don't know about him to being the number one
Well,
top
no, I didn't read
prospect,
the
but he
whole
could fight.
comment. I'm just saying, like,
Yeah,
yeah, a top
yeah.
prospect, yeah, but I don't know. Dominate 154,
Get
160,
60,
168. That's
168. Like, come on,
yeah,
man.
go
You
ahead.
gotta be special to go through them three weight classes. Um, I think he'll do good. I think he'll do real good, especially with the way that top ranked move fighters and the way that they matchmaking. Like they ain't gonna put him in no super danger and they gonna make him look real good. It's all gonna come down to matchmaking. It's all gonna come down to matchmaking. You know what I'm saying? As long as they can keep him away from certain guys, I think they're gonna be okay. And if he could keep his weight down, if he keep
He,
blowing
Yeah,
up to
because he has a
60 and
big, yeah,
68,
he
he
could
has a
yeah,
big frame. He's
he
yeah,
like
could.
really holding on to his
I
weight,
could
like
see
he's
right,
him.
really
I could
getting
right,
see
away
him
bully
getting.
right now because he has a big frame.
I could see
yeah.
him getting put on into tougher fights right now before Edgar Berlanga.
Oh
For
yeah,
the
he more ready for it than
154 is
they.
a wide ass division right now. I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sold on it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a lot of good talent. I don't think that it's great talent. Like Charlo, I like Jamel. I'm talking about Jamel. He's a real good champion and he fight good opponents, but on any given night he can be beaten. Like any given night, I believe that it's 10
And look,
guys at 54 that can win a
I
belt.
got you live on Twitter right now. They're gonna hop on you for
Hey,
Zaya,
matter of
Udusala.
fact, let me say this. I think that Charles Cornwell might secretly be the top guy at 154 when he get his chance. I would favor him in a fight tomorrow against Charlo.
I like Conwell. I seen him spar Boots a lot.
Hard man right there.
You like
That's a hard
Conwell
man.
as a prospect over Troy Isley?
Yeah. I think Charles Cornwell could move tomorrow, could fight Charlo or Castano, and I think he'll win the title.
These 19-year-olds
Really?
talk to me in
Okay.
3 to 4 years when he holding all the belts at 154.
He's talking about
I don't know. That
Zayas.
154
Hey,
gonna be tough in the next three to
hey,
four
hey,
years.
look, let me tell you, man. That's
If
why I
Boost
keep
if Boost up there, you better stay. He better stay away.
Oh, you know he
Boots
got to
gonna
throw
be
Boots in
there.
there.
He
Boot,
better stay
hey,
away.
Boots gonna be
he,
there.
he
Charles
gonna throw Boots in
Cornwell.
there.
Yeah, this is gonna be
Charles Cornwell. It's gonna be some hard men out there. That's all I'm saying. It's like
Virgil Ortiz.
Virgil Ortiz will not beat Charles Cornwell. If they fought tomorrow at 154, Verge would get stopped.
No, Virgil Ortiz. I like Virgil, but he's not as good as people trying to pipe him. Like to
So
me,
you think
Boost
they
got the
passing
ones
him right
that could
now?
beat him. I have Crawford and Spence beating Virgil right now for sure.
But so you have
Him and Keith Thurman a good fight.
so wait, repeat that again. You say you have who
I have Boost
beating?
beating the top, but the Crawford and Spence would beat the shit out of Virgil.
All right, so you have Crawford and Spence beating Virgil, but you have Boots beating Crawford and Spence.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
People
I said,
people talk
And
that Virgil and it's they're not on the same level. Nowhere near. Nowhere
I
near.
I agree. I agree with you that Virgil is not on Boots level, and I think that Boots is gonna be real competitive with any of them guys. I just can't put. I'm just not ready. I put it that way to say that Boots gonna beat Bud or Earl. I'll say this that he can punch good enough that I can see him stopping Bud in a shootout, but I also can see Bud beating him too because Bud is a good puncher and he's a guy that can
He
punch
said
with you.
Boots has 28 fights. That's a damn lie. He beat up Lipinets. Lipinets was a top 10, bro.
Yeah, I mean he's solid.
yeah, I'm telling you, if you want to go on Twitter, you would get a lot more of this, Johnny. Like
Uh,
they're not
Yeah,
gonna
I was like,
let you
but
get
I
they're
don't
not
know.
gonna let
Like,
you get
yeah.
away on Twitter talking about that Boots is gonna beat Spence and Crawford and then by stoppage. You said stoppage. You said late stoppage too.
Yeah.
You said
late
It's just
that's
stoppage is
the
we was just
late.
talking
that's the
about like
tough one. Early
That's what I'm just
stoppage,
like.
I can roll with
we
that more.
no, we talking about on a we talking about like on if you put their tools together and stuff like that. Boots is an all around more skilled fighter than both of them. Naturally.
My girl Christine said what?
In the ring.
He
What
said
he
Boots could
said,
stop
boot. Yeah,
Bud.
I said it.
Hey,
What?
hey, hold up. While Christine is there, I want her to respond. Christine, what in the world is up with Anthony Yard and his trainer? Oh my God. Did y'all see that? You
Talking about
should
the
pull that up,
UK.
Nika. Yeah,
Okay.
Anthony Yard and his trainer, man. They was up there. And it's a
Oh,
move that
the sparring they had.
yeah, well, yeah, they sparring, but they was hitting the pads together. And like Kevin
Yeah.
Cunningham got this thing where he step and pivot with his fighters. But this guy is stepping, like taking a big step, like they in a dance, and he's hollering 2, 3, 5. I mean, man, if you could pull that up, though, I mean, I
Let
don't
me
know if
see.
you could
In,
find
Let
it,
me
but
in the ring with Christine. Yes, I said it. If he gets hit like he did against Mean Machine or Gambo and all that with that shit with Boots, he's getting put right out of here.
hold on one second.
And I like Crawford, but Crawford has a lot of defensive flaws. People be hyping him up like he's like technical defensive fighter. That's not Crawford.
Wow. You know those are heavy words, my guy.
I'm about to
You
say
know.
people sleeping. Bruce is naturally bigger. He does everything Crawford could do. Bruce is like Crawford on steroids.
All right.
That's what Boots is. Somebody that come
This
in
is why
freakish
I
ass
love
weapons.
everybody's opinion. You know, everybody has their own opinion. I know that you are definitely like
No,
a
I, I
Boots
I don't be
like
biased on nothing. I got a
advocate.
lot of friends in
Mhm.
boxing, but I
So
don't
all
be
right, so
biased.
who's your good friend in boxing that you don't really think is up there like that people like
I'll
Boots
put it
stuff?
this way: we got a mutual friend. I love Jamel Herring, but you never hear me tell people that Jamel Herring was going to be Shakur. I love Jamel Herring, great person,
I
one
like
probably the most genuine people.
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
like that's my guy.
Mhm.
But if somebody was asking me would I root for Jamel, even though I know the kid Shakur, good kid. I
So
like him.
you weren't okay. So you weren't rooting with him against Shakur, but
Mhm.
like, so you think he's a bum? Like, you don't think
I
he's
never
a
said
top
Jamel's a
contender?
bum. I love
No, I'm
Jamel.
just saying, like, so what are you saying? Like,
No, what I'm saying is like I'm not biased when it comes to boxing, even though a lot of people are my friends.
The thing that I had said
Jamel can
coming
fight his
into that,
ass off, but
yeah,
Shakur is another level. But I
yeah,
love. But if you come and ask me, you wouldn't personally be like, yeah, Jamel is going to beat Shakur, this and that. I'm rooting for Jamel. I was arguing against the whole gym because Shakur close with our whole gym, and I'm closer with Jamel than I'm with Shakur. Even though I like the kid, no, it ain't going to be like this and that. In my head, I'm not. If I was a betting man, I'm not going to bet with Jamel. That's
yeah.
what I'm saying.
I felt like that Shakur was gonna beat him, but I say this too,
I didn't think it
like
was going to be
I
like it
kept,
was, but
yeah, I kind of saw it because I kept saying to people like Jamel struggles against southpaws. Like southpaw fighters can walk him down, and it was a technical thing. That's all. Because Jamel is real likable, and he's what I'm saying, he a little older, and he a pleasant guy, man. But
Jamel is one of the most genuine,
crazy,
not just
yeah,
boxers, just one of the most genuine people.
yeah, yeah. Nice
I'm
wife,
not a
everything.
Shakur fan, so I'm not really
Yeah.
liking this like Shakur
Shakur, a good kid. Like I get
fan
why he
fanatic type thing right now. I'm just
like
not.
with Shakur, I got the antics. I was speaking to Jamel. I get the antiques. He's trying to sell the fight and stuff like that. Like
Like, I
he's
hate that
really a
fake
good
gangster
kid.
shit that he tried to pull. Like, he's not a gangster. He's not a gangster. Like, let's just be
But
real.
we
He's not
agree
a
to that.
gangster.
But you got to
Like,
sell the
but
fight.
he tried. That's what I don't like about him. He tries to act like he's so
But
gangster, but he's
also,
not gangster. Just because your manager or whatever is in the gangster life,
but
that don't
say you
automatically make
fighting
you a
Jamel
gangster.
Herring, right? Say you fight Jamel Herring. You got to psych yourself up because he's such of a good dude. You got to psych yourself up to hate that man for some reason. He's such of a good dude. You got to
Yeah,
psych yourself up. You got to be
I
telling yourself in
yeah,
your head. Like
I agree with that
people like him,
because
Eddie, it's hard to like
yeah,
not like him. Like
yeah,
if you
and
don't like Jamel Herring, you got a problem with yourself.
yeah, and that's why I said to Nayka that Shakur faked the beef because he had to just psych himself into the fight. Like he was probably like, man, I gotta fight this dude, man. I don't want to fight him. So he
They
had to
didn't want to
psych
fight each other
himself.
at first. They was
Yeah,
forced to fight each other. It's like now, all
yeah,
right, you got the title. I got to psych myself up to not like you
yeah,
for this fight, so I can go in
yeah,
and actually want to fight.
yeah. I mean, them guys in the locker room, you know what I'm saying, after the fight, they didn't
Yeah,
want to fight.
like he had this. He had to literally psych. I was angry because it's like, come on, you doing this to Jamel, but I get it at the end. Jamel's wife Jen, she don't play that shit. She was mad as shit. But I was telling him before the fight, like, yo, I get it. Like, I get what he's doing. Like, you can't be mad at Jamel. It's like you gotta psych yourself up to put lies in your head, do whatever you gotta do to be like, all right, I need to hurt this man to get to my title. But I want to see
I
it
think
because I like Boots, but I want to see Boots fight somebody.
I
Go ahead.
think
What you
I
gonna say?
He's not
found
gonna fight
the
who we want him to fight because they're not gonna fight him.
this is supposedly like
Through the hook.
the train.
Shouldn't have slept on you.
Yeah, that's it.
Dude, what the fuck is? He wanted to hit him with that right so bad.
Everybody clap your hands. Clap, 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 clap your hands.
Stand that dance.
Left foot, let's stomp.
Job. Think about it. That bullshit.
Look, he can't fool me. See, I'm a man. I'm a man. All you women in a war room, I'm gonna tell you, or my fellas who woman is right next to you watching this Showbiz Morning podcast, or anybody listening, women, I'm gonna tell you what that man's doing. See, I'm a man. I'm a man. I know what that man's doing. His ball bag was stuck to his thighs.
He said his ball bag was stuck to his thigh. Oh, good night.
Man.
Stankin'. stanking, his ball bag. See, women, y'all don't understand. When your ball bag, when your coin purse is stuck to your thighs, you gotta, if you don't, you can be nasty and reach down there and separate everything, or you can take a big step. If you ever seen your man just take a big step or squat down for no reason and act like he's stretching, that's because his funky ass ball bag is stuck to his inner thighs.
Crazy.
So that's
I
why his
know
trainer
that
was
move. I know
taking
that
that
move.
big step
That's
like that.
old school.
Do y'all be on that
I
Twitter
know that
Clubhouse
move
thing?
passed
Like it's
down
like Twitter but
generation
Clubhouse?
to generation.
It's called
No, I
Twitter Spaces. It's called Twitter Spaces.
You thought
I
it was a
do.
wedgie. Ball bag stuck to inner thigh. I have another one.
It's called Twitter Spaces. But there's a couple of friends of mine who do like Twitter Spaces. One is called Chicken Talk. We get Lazy Lefty runs that, and he gets a lot of like boxers and trainers and everything to interview on that Spaces. And then there's another one called MVO Uncensored Spaces, where it's just like any kind of topic that comes up. But no, we definitely do. It's just like Clubhouse. It's just audio on Twitter. So.
right.
That's I need to get back on Twitter more. I used to be on Twitter like
Yeah,
5 years
let
ago.
me tell you. You think you? Let me tell you. If you are on Twitter talking the way you are now about
No,
boots and stuff, you're gonna
Twitter
become
like
very popular on Twitter
Right
no Twitter
away.
quickly.
no Twitter
Yeah,
Twitter
right away.
when Twitter years ago I used to have it popping. I had a couple. I had Oscar De La Hoya block me. Who else blocked me? David Hay.
Okay, the haymaker.
David Hay blocked me. I used to pitch the
So
Mexicans.
you
The
definitely
Mexican
get
fans hated
hated
me.
really quickly on boxing Twitter. If you get on there talking about beating everybody at 147, you'll definitely be like maybe like number 2 boxing hated like person on there.
No, it's
I think
funny
right
every
now
time like
the number 1 boxing person hated on Twitter right now is probably Art Man. He's like that's the guy feeling. Yeah,
Mexicans hate me because
he's number 1.
when I was on
you know Art Man, my man.
Ellie
Ellie
when I'm on
setback.
Ellie a couple times and Fight Hype, and then I just did the YSM. The Mexicans hate me.
Yeah,
I don't know why. I'll be like,
yeah.
God damn, because of Canelo years ago. I was like, Canelo, there's people that he's avoided.
Yeah,
They don't
and
want to hear that.
My thing is, man.
Errol Spence and Terrence Crawford fans hate me a little bit too.
Well, I got into it this week or last week with a guy because I hate when people
Errol Spence
start
unfollowed me on
making.
Instagram.
I hate it, man, when these guys get up here and make these false narratives. And I'm gonna tell you this, Nike. I'm glad that you brought this up, Johnny. Like Earl Spence fans and Bud Crawford fans, to be honest, it's the same fan base, man. Because people that be rooting for Bud, you think that when Spence fought Mikey Garcia, they won't rooting for Mikey Garcia. I mean, rooting for Earl Spence. Like, it's crazy, man. Like Twitter, I like Twitter, but Twitter ain't the only game in the. You know what I'm saying?
To be honest with
Like,
you, I got
crazy,
sick.
though.
Like with Earl Spence and Terrence Crawford, I got sick of talking about that fight like Floyd and Pacquiao back in the day.
I agree. Because at some point, like man, they're gonna have to fight, or else nobody gonna care about it.
But if y'all follow me on the Facebook groups, I told people 3 or 4 years ago, Boots is coming.
Okay, what you think about my man Gary Russell?
You say it every day. That's why I know that you're.
Yeah, I was like, I told people like 3 years ago.
3 years ago, you still saying this shit.
Yeah.
What you think about Gary Antoine Russell?
I like him. He got a good chance. He could for sure win a title at 140.
Yeah. I think he's gonna eventually move up and win a title at 47 because I kind of think he's gonna always be like a weight class behind Boots. But I really think that those two might end up being the last people standing because my thing on Gary Antoine is he's a rugged guy, but he's a little better boxer than you give him credit, than people give him credit for. But he's gonna need the opponents. Like the Victor Postal, that was a good step. The next fight, I think he should fight somebody.
To see him fight like Regis.
Yeah, Regis Prograis. That's what I was gonna say.
Be a tough fight.
Him and Regis fight for a vacant title. That's gonna be some good. That's gonna be some fire. But I think he'll beat Regis. Regis need to move up in weight. He a fat boy.
If he move up in weight, who he gonna be at the top of
Yeah,
the?
well, that's why he trying to be like Nike said, a weight bully. You know.
I'm about to
But
say,
hey,
No, but I just
or
found
he,
it funny. They remember he was picking at Maurice Hooker for not
uh-huh.
for being
Yep.
like not making weight or something.
Mm-hmm.
He was picking at him, and then his next fight after he was making like all
Mm-hmm.
these videos about Maurice having a hard
Mm-hmm.
time not like I guess agreeing on the fight
Yep.
weight that they were gonna fight at, and then
And
he missed weight twice after that.
yep. Yep.
So, but then he
Yep.
blamed it on his wife being pregnant, and then
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. How
140
can you
wide open.
blame? Yeah. How can you blame your wife for not making weight?
yeah, because he was
Come
talking too
on,
much
man.
shit about somebody else not like agreeing to weight, and then you can't even make the weight for your fight for
Right.
two
Yeah,
times.
140 gonna be wide open. That shit is wide open.
Wide open. I'm ready for it too. And Devin Haney eventually gonna move into that because I'm gonna be honest, man. I personally don't think he's gonna ever get the Cambosis fight. I don't think he's ever gonna beat the get the
Russell beat.
Cambosis fight.
Yeah, they went 2-3 against each other in the amateurs.
Yeah, I don't think that Cambosis is gonna fight Devin Haney, and I think that, and I've been saying for the longest, I think that it's best for Devin Haney because Devin Haney's a big guy to move on up to 140. A lot of competition at 140,
Yeah,
but I think also he's so used to getting them checks from DAZN that he's gonna continue to take those type of fights because really it's nobody to fight there if he don't fight Ryan Garcia.
yeah. I don't know. It's a tough situation. Then people don't get like the contract with Devin Haney. He's co-promoted, so he on
Right,
his end for them big fights. So when it comes to purse bids, he got to come up with the money too.
right.
Russell beat Boots a couple times in amateurs. Yeah, they went 2-3 against. Boots went 2-3 against him.
Right. Right. Yeah,
But close
Gary
ass
Antoine.
fight.
Yeah, and that's the good thing, man. Those guys, I believe them guys are the future of boxing. You know,
Gary Antoine,
and
just like his brother, he needs to market himself.
yeah, he do. But you know, the thing that I like is he's unapologetic black. And I like that about all the Russell brothers. And the reason I even bring it up is because it's cool for guys to be, you know, to represent Mexico or to represent Puerto Rico, but black fighters seemingly can't be like that. You know what I'm saying? So I like the fact that them guys do that. And it's a market for it. That's the thing. You got to
No, it's
market.
hard. Like, how can I say a black American with no? How can you say with no personality is a hard market for?
Well, that's
So
the
it's hard for
thing.
even
When
Andre
you
Ward.
say
I
personality, do
think
you
he
mean
got a
just not
personality.
when you say not a personality? Do you mean just not a big social media presence?
Yeah, because they say that
Social
about
media
Bud.
presence.
Yeah, because
Don't
I think he has a personality. I just don't think he
Yeah,
has a big social media presence.
right.
yeah.
Same thing with Bud. Like Bud eventually got a social media presence, but he's not a talkative guy. He got a personality, but he's not a guy that you see everywhere. And listen, and I've said this before, I think to Nike, that thing never stops NBA players. It never stopped NFL players. It never stopped baseball players. I'm talking about black players from getting somewhere. And it shouldn't stop black fighters. I
Is
feel that you can market them the
is
same
different.
way you do them.
It's just different with the organization. Remember, when you come to NBA, NFL, that's a whole organization. Boxing is ran by promoters. So when you're a
True.
pro, you gotta think of yourself as a company. So you
That's
got to
true.
go out there and do the branding. You need to have the people around you who do the marketing and stuff like that.
That's true.
And the
Although I did,
organization, it don't matter. You could be Kawhi Leonard, the most lamest like personality dude, but if you good, you're good. You're gonna play the
the,
best.
but let me say this, and you're right. But I've seen Top Rank and all them guys put money into Manny Pacquiao. Manny Pacquiao personality is what? That he get out there and sing bad? Think about it.
No, but you
He
gotta
was
think about
singing
it.
bad and
They look at Manny Pacquiao. They put him as the guy. One, he's overseas. He got a whole country behind him.
but I hear people
Us
say
Black
that,
Americans
right?
don't.
But hold on a second. I hear people say that, right? But
Mhm.
I saw Kobe Bryant and Dwayne Wade and them guys were bigger in Asia than they were here in America. So
I want
that's
to say
what I'm
that
saying. Well,
they
well,
was just as big, but
well,
they
I'm
was
just
big.
saying, look at by the numbers, a lot of people are more star or better stars away from America than they are here.
You can't.
Now they're
Asia just
massive
got a
guys.
lot of people, but
Well,
they're just as
hey,
big as stars
eh,
here as they is over in
eh,
Asia.
hey, look, that's why I said by the numbers. And I think that you can market a guy because you got to think black culture is everywhere.
No, I agree.
Black,
We trendy,
so
but
right, so
we the most black. To me, black culture is the most trendy. But you got to have that personality that to follow the trend. Why you think Tank, even though he do a lot of wrong, why you think he's so popular? He got the whole urban community behind him. The rappers, everybody's behind Tank. Same thing a little bit with Devin Haney. But if you don't
but
got no personality and people don't get behind you, it's gonna be hard.
yeah, but I just think that
I'll be
this is
yo,
what the
I'll be
guys got to
telling Boots
market
the
these
same
guys.
thing. Boots was only his only holdback is that he don't like talking to media. Everybody's trying to. It's like they trying to grip onto him, but you don't allow him. But I was like, that's the next step is your media presence. Then they can't deny you. If you was
Yeah,
Ryan
he's not
Garcia, they
really
don't
heavy
wouldn't
on
matter
social
what your age
media.
is. You ain't trying to fight.
No.
Hopefully, McGee fights Charlo. Be about to see top Mayweather's record 50-0 without fighting any top competition. Talk about yeah. I don't know, man. McGee.
I don't think
I
McGee
never
gonna
seen
win
the
that
hype.
fight.
He's a tough, entertaining fighter, but hopefully he fights Charlo because it's time for them the best to fight the best.
Mm-hmm.
They've been avoiding boxing fans and
It's
boxing heads
been
do not care
time.
where you come
They
from,
ain't
just the
Been
time. It's
time.
well, just on the
it's been
personality.
time. Yeah.
Been
It's not
time.
even that. Canelo had a whole country back. Them Golden Boy pushed them. They made a monster. So when them belt sanctionings and all them complain about Canelo, y'all made him. Y'all made him fight Matthew Hatton for his first ever title.
I remember that at a catch
So
weight.
so he had a whole backing and he had a whole pushing behind Canelo.
Hey, you forgot that it was at a catch weight.
Yeah.
It was at a
And then
catch
and
weight.
then and then us boxing fans, yes, boxing fans and boxing heads, but we're not the ones that make them a bigger star. It's them casuals. Why you think Jake Paul is such a
Jake
star? Jake
Paul.
Paul,
Yeah,
top
Jake
5
Paul. I know
star
you
in
were gonna
boxing
say
right
Jake Paul.
now. Matter of fact, top 3 to top 2 for sure.
Yeah, it's definitely the casuals. Is the
Yeah, the
YouTubers have
casuals get you
migrated
paid.
to.
The people who don't know about boxing get you paid.
But
Mhm.
we have to give him credit for like helping Amanda Serrano cash in on some
No,
of
I
that.
love
No
what Jake
And
doubt.
Paul
I
doing.
love that,
No
but I
doubt.
do not care for him as a boxer.
I respect
No
Jake
doubt.
Paul. He's not a good boxer or none of that, but I
No
respect what
doubt.
he do. Go get your bread, bro.
No doubt.
He
That
should
was real good,
he
Serrano.
should let these boxers wake up and is more than a when you're a pro, it's business first, it's sports second. When you're an amateur, it's just all sport because no matter where you're at in the bracket, you gotta fight. This is promoters playing chess, is matchmaking.
I really wish. I always say this. I really wish that boxing was set up bracket style. Like that way, nobody can duck nobody. Like it was just
Like a
No,
tournament.
I agree.
Like March Madness
No,
type bracket style. Like
I agree.
I feel like no, you fight your whoever you need to fight, then it dwindles down to the next fighter, next fighter, and nobody can duck nobody. That's the
No,
way it
I
should
agree
go. That's the way.
2000% with you. But say
Yeah.
now let's go on the other end.
Mm-hmm.
Say if you was managing or handling a fighter that you put money into, would you put him in a tough fight? You'd be like, oh hell no. Like I'd rather take this fight. We gonna move him this way than this way. Because you're putting your
No, I
money
feel like
into him.
people. No, but yeah,
Gotcha.
but it's for boxing. Like people always say they want to see the best fight the best, and if you're in a tournament and you tournament style
Fuck my
bracket,
phone messing
and,
everybody's fighting the best because they're in their bracket
and
and they're winning, going to get to the best and fighting, and then eventually the two best fight each other, and that's it.
No,
And
I
I
and
really
agree.
feel that.
I think personally it needs to be take all them belt sanctionings also ruin boxing too.
Yeah, get it out and just
If it was
do
one main belt
freaking
like UFC,
brackets. Yeah, I
and
really
and
feel it should be that way.
and Christine, I get what you're saying because Canelo does live in San Diego, and
I like that
everything that
too.
he do. She said that Mexico doesn't love Canelo like he loved here in America, and
Oh,
um
but
and she
good thing I got
and
sent.
the reason that she's saying that, he live in San Diego, he hang out with NBA players here in America. Like everything he do is America, except when he get in the ring, he carried a Mexican flag. And I think that they frown upon that. It's just like how Puerto Rico do with their fighters.
I
They
mean,
love Trinidad. Trinidad didn't speak English. He did speak some English because I met him and he was talking English. Now it wasn't great English, but it was English. But
I'm,
they
I
love
mean,
their fighters for that.
but I mean, you gotta look at it too. That's just everybody. Like once you get into a certain level of your wealth and all that, you're not gonna go
Mhm.
back to the and just keep on chilling in the hood where you from and all
Right,
that.
right.
Let's
No
just
doubt.
say see the best fight the best, like the Super Series did with the Muhammad Ali show. No, I
Oh
agree.
yeah,
I agree with tournaments
yeah,
and all
That's the
that.
way I feel like it should be.
yeah,
You know,
yeah. No doubt.
The
I
more
really
Eventually,
love
fighters
it.
duck each
and
other, the
and
better
and
Canelo
and
get.
look,
Fighting bums doesn't get
at
you ready for it.
at welterweight, they could do this. They could have Spence and Spence Ugas, Bud and Boots. You know what I'm saying? Ugas against Spence, Boots against Bud, and the winners fight each other. I'm
Now,
with
if
that.
you we
See,
would want
that's
to see
the,
that, but if you was
if
Bud,
you
would you
had a
take that
bracket
shit?
like that, that's the way it would go. Like those would be the fights that would be happening if there was like a bracket style fight like that.
Yeah,
Like
No,
it
yeah.
would be,
I
you
agree a
know.
1000%. I love to see that shit. But if you was Bud, would you do that shit? I'd rather fight somebody like a Keith Thurman who I'm gonna make just as much money as.
No, but no, he
Yeah.
would
He
fight
probably would.
anybody. I feel like
But you
you're
know,
saying that he
but
would
but but
duck
you,
No,
but
it's
you,
somebody, but
they
no.
take the
Johnny,
business. When
hold
you at
up,
that stage,
Johnny,
you take
you
the
right.
business.
But you right. But that's why I like fighters like Shane Mosley. And I'm about to tell a guy that people
Yeah.
don't like, but Oscar De La Hoya. I love them guys because them guys didn't go with the status quo. Oh, don't fight this guy right now. It's too early. It's not the right time. No, I like that. I like to see a guy like Fernando Vargas fight Ike Quarte, Winky Wright, and Felix Trinidad back to back to back. I like guys do that, man, because to me, even though it's a business, it's also a sport.
No, I agree. I agree 1000% with you. I agree. Like me on the front end, I love. That's why I said as a fan, I hate to see fanagers
Yeah,
like they Earl Sports and Crawford. It's always the lamest excuses against each other. And then now when Boots come in, they is always. I'm like, stop being fanager. I want to see them fight each other. But I get the business for just being around it. Like
right.
if I had Bud, I'm not.
Oh, you went
He
your
went
You
mic
can
out.
hear
went
me?
out.
Yeah,
Not
now I
now we
can.
All right, yeah.
can. No.
If I had Bud and I had to pick between a Keith Thurman right now or Jerron Ennis, and I'm getting paid probably a little bit more for Keith Thurman, I'm gonna take that easier fight. And it's gonna probably bring just as much or just as more attract or a little bit more of attraction. So I get it on both ends because at the end of the day, it's wealth too with it. You don't want to get your head beat in and then you be like, God damn, I didn't make this money that much
Yeah, no,
money and
because
I'm in
that's
tough
why I feel
fights.
like the brackets
Mm-hmm.
should be everybody makes the same amount, like going up the bracket, like and then towards the end, the final two, like whoever wins
No,
the
I
big
agree
pot,
because
you
I
know?
Well,
I loved especially the Super
well,
Six, but you see Butte ducked out of it. He went the shortcut while everybody fought each other.
yeah,
Yeah, see, but that's how and that's
He said
how
his ass in
you weed
Canada.
out the people who are
I
ducking people, you
I
know?
think I
That
think that the fight, like if I had to make like Uga Spence, Bud and Boots, I would let them those two fights negotiate each other. But the two winners, I would have like, I mean, that's why it's called prize fighting. So the prize at the end would be a bigger purse or a
hmm
$10 million or $5 million bonus to the winner. No matter
yeah,
what your purse was, you get
yeah,
5 million added, whatever it is, man.
exactly,
And
like that.
and another rule that I would like in boxing is when the fight is over, I don't want nobody to take the gloves off because I want, if it's a draw, to have one round to show the winner. Let's eliminate draws from boxing. Eliminate a draw. So if it's a draw, unless it's a technical draw because of a headbutt, I think that also, like if in a tournament or a championship fight, if the fight is a draw, you should have a 13th round to end it.
One thing I
Yeah.
can say, it's funny.
Mm.
I said this about Wilder and Joshua. I was like, they better fight before Tyson Fury get his shit together. Mess their
Right.
money up.
Right.
Crawford and Spence better fight before they
Old
get
school.
mandated to fight Boots. Get that money. I
Yeah.
want to see it.
Well,
Everybody just get that money. Stop stalling. And
wait.
one thing
Yeah.
I can say is Errol Spence is controlling the 147 business wise right now. It's like, dude, that's why people was like, oh yeah, Spence gets
So if
mandated.
you're
I was
saying
like,
that he's running the business at 147,
yeah.
so why hasn't? So are you saying that he's avoiding the blood fight? Because if he's running the business,
Yeah,
shouldn't he run the business
he's the one
to make
stalling
that
it out
fight?
with the fights.
Yeah,
He's more stalling it out because
Well, I think
fair enough.
I think also too, man. I kind of think that Al Heyman didn't really want to do business with Bob Arum in this situation because I feel like he always thought like that Bud Crawford would leave him. Now that's just my opinion,
no,
and I feel like he didn't want to play
but
Peyton
Eliminate
Arum.
Jaws. I already did that free balling. Goodbye,
pause.
Munoz. You know what?
But
Oh my
yeah,
god.
so
Oh my god.
hopefully, I was like, man, hopefully after this you guys fight, I don't know, Crawford might take some type of tune up. Hopefully by September, October,
Wait,
these
is there
dudes
a good
fight.
chance that Ugas could win this fight?
I mean, it's always that chance. I'm gonna
You can.
roll with.
We cannot
I
count
got a
Ugas out.
70-30. I got a 70-30.
You
Yeah, I
cannot
got it.
count Ugas out.
No, you can't count him out. I got him. I got it 80-20 for
I got a
Spence.
70-30.
80-20? Man,
Yeah,
that's
because
not
It's
that
gonna
much
be a better fight
confidence
than
for Ugas.
yeah, I
going.
just don't. I don't see his route to win as long as nothing's wrong with Spence. Like I think Spence the better boxer. I think that Spence do what Ugas do better, and he more versatile. Because if Spence have to just box and move, I think he could do
I
that
think
too.
Ugas is a natural better counter puncher.
Okay,
So
I'll give you that.
I'm not counting Ugas out of this. And if I was Ugas, I'm not being disgusting or nasty. I'm saying I would be aiming for the eye. Like,
Oh, that's what you
if I'm
got to
trying
do.
to, if
Yeah.
you trying to win a fight, I'd be
Yeah,
punching the
that's what
eye. Like
yeah, of course. That's what he better
I
do.
just think Earl Spence
yeah.
gonna outwork him. It's gonna be a good fight though. I just think Earl Spence gonna outwork him. That's gonna be the difference.
Yeah, I think Earl do
I
everything
think
better,
that
but
Ugas' plan is gonna be aiming for that eye. So I'm not like 80-20. Like those are high chances for Spencer's. Like,
Eh,
I'm not counting Ugas out. I'm definitely not counting Ugas out.
okay. So what you got? It
So
60-40?
I would get closer to 60-40. Like, yeah,
Okay.
I got
not no
70-30.
80-20.
I got an
You know
80-20.
why? Because they ain't gonna let that man win a decision in Dallas.
In Dallas, that is true. That is true. I got to think about that. That's true. That's why you got to
You
come in
gotta
there
wipe
and
him
do
out
what
the
you do.
wing for him to win
Yeah,
that
you
decision.
gotta do what you do in there. You gotta like get him out of there. Yeah. So
That's
that's why
one
I
thing
think he
Earl
needs to
Spence
go
had
in
the
there
advantage
and
during the
do work on
pandemic.
that eye.
Earl Spence had that. That's the one thing blessing with pandemic with Earl. Texas was always open. So he getting the big fights in his own town.
Right. No doubt. It's going to be 60, 70,000 there. Ain't no question about it. But Nayka and
I went to
guys,
both fights. I went to when
I
he
got to
fought Mikey
roll.
and Danny.
Hey, I got to roll, guys, but it was good. Was glad talking to you. My
No,
first
thanks for
time
coming
meeting you,
on.
Johnny.
For sure.
You're always the first
Yeah.
one to pop on there.
Yeah, no
I need to
doubt.
get
No
back on
doubt.
Twitter.
Yeah,
Yeah,
get
you
back
do.
on
Let
it,
me tell
man.
you. You need to do your Twitter tonight because
All
let me
right.
tell you, I guarantee
Y'all
you,
take
make your
care.
Twitter
All
tonight.
right, Nayka.
Bye, Julius. Thank you. If you do your Twitter tonight, you'll be popping by the morning.
Yeah, I'm a tweet.
All you gotta tweet is, and this will beat everybody at 147, and then your Twitter's gonna fucking light up. It's gonna flame up.
all right. I'm a tweet it. I'm gonna tweet it
Yeah.
too. I'm gonna tweet
For
it.
sure. Yo, they're gonna hop on you something crazy. Oh my god.
I'm gonna put a quote
Oh
in
my
because
god.
Roy Jones said I'm gonna put the Roy Jones because I put it on my story. You got me on Instagram?
I don't know. I haven't been heavy on Instagram, but my Instagram is Knockouts with Nika.
Ugas is bringing
So
the
and
smoke to Spence. Ring rust and cardio is going to show is ugly.
cardio.
It shows ugly
Yeah,
head. I think
I
it's
think
60-40 right
60-40
now
right
only because
now,
Earl's situation.
and then this is a 50
This
50
is a
fight.
50
Stop
50
it.
fight. Stop it. I
I think
wouldn't
it's
say that.
more of a 50. I would say it's closer to a 50-50, 60-40 fight
No,
because if
the
Ugas is
politics
smart,
is
he's gonna
on.
go in there aiming for that eye. Like he's gonna,
Yuga's going to have to really beat the hell out of Earl
to get
to
a
get a
decision call. But
decision or
yeah, no, for
stop
sure.
him.
Yeah.
Is in Dallas, and I just his style, his work rate, and all that is just Earl for work rate. He's gonna give Earl a little bit of problems because he's a natural counter puncher, but I just don't
Ooh.
see it.
Ooh, we will see.
I just don't see it. Who-
All right. Let me see any more. To eliminate draw, make fights end in an odd number like 11 or 13. Yeah, that's a good way to eliminate draws too.
Oh yeah, for
Do it
sure.
by to odd numbers. Yeah,
I'm about to say
that's
it
a
used to be
good.
15 rounds back in the day, so they didn't have. That's a good question. I never really thought about that
Yeah, no,
because you
no,
remember it
no,
used to
they
be
do.
15 rounds back in like the
Yeah,
70s.
now they do 12. The most they do is 12.
Yeah, so was there draws?
With the 15? No, if it was 15,
Yeah,
there wasn't. I
yeah,
don't.
that's what I
Yeah,
said. Yeah, I
that's a
never.
good statistic to look up. Yeah, because
Yeah, I
I
know.
don't think they could have been if it was 15. Yeah. Um.
You know, my grandpa was a great fighter that got killed late 70s.
Really? Oh, wait,
Yep.
wait. So what weight class did he fight?
He fought 30 and 35. He
Really?
got robbed against Escalera. He really beat Escalera, then got killed not that long ago. Not that
What's the
long after
name?
that. Tyrone Everett.
Tyrone Everett?
Everett. You can
Everett.
pull him up. They say I look
Yeah,
exactly like him.
I'm gonna pull it up now. That's interesting information. Tyrone Everett
Yeah, real
versus
sharp. Southpaw.
Alfredo Escalera. Yeah.
They did a little documentary thing on YouTube on him.
Wait. He was murdered?
Yeah.
Oh wow, sorry to hear that. Oh my god. Oh yeah,
Yep.
he
Before I was
gave us a
born.
yeah. Wow, that's it says the murder of boxing's uncrowned champion. Wow. Let
Yeah, he
me
was
share this.
tough.
This is an interesting story. I like to, I love like searching stories like this.
To watch. It's gonna bring
Tyrone Everett was born on April 18th, 1953.
He's an Aries too.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Mother Dora had her own house cleaning service, and Tyrone and his brothers never grew hungry. He earned his keep at a
Y'all
young
do look alike. Wow,
shining
that's
shoes,
crazy.
delivering groceries and newspapers. But
That's
when
crazy.
Tyrone wandered into the turf of an enemy gang while doing his paper route, he had his jacket cut with a razor after he refused to hand over his money. After the incident, Doris decided it was time to move her family to a better neighborhood in South Philadelphia, a neutral zone that was surrounded
You're
but
from
not
Philly, right?
infested by
Yeah.
street thugs. By the time Tyrone got in high school, it was just impossible, Doris said.
Wow,
It
look
was
at
impossible
you
to
guys
send
have
him
the
to
same
school,
nose.
The
impossible to
butt
send him
chin.
to the store.
Yeah.
It was really impossible
Wow,
to
that's
go
crazy.
anywhere unless you belonged to a gang. The Everett boys never got into trouble with the law, with their
He
most
got killed at
serious
24.
crime
Already had
being
like 5
stealing a
kids.
pair of goldfish from the
Mm.
local five and dime. But Tyrone was curious about gang life and briefly joined the 20th and Carpenter gang. He liked hanging out on the corner and going to
They
parties
would show
because
North
of the
Philly.
girls. But he soon grew bored and severed his ties with the gang. Enrolling at Bach Technical School, he sought outlets for his competitive nature. He played basketball, but at
This is
five
on
foot
your mother's
five,
side or your
he was
father's
out of
side?
his depth. He
Father.
tried soccer, but
Father.
scored goals only in practice. Everett did make the swim team, but
Wow,
usually
he looks
finished
like you.
last,
That's crazy.
finding satisfaction only in finishing the race. It would be at the age of 17 that he would be introduced to the sport of boxing. A friend showed him a trophy that he had won in a tournament, and Everett was captivated. He signed up at the John Hennelly Boys Club, but only lasted a few months as he became discouraged after a beatdown he suffered to a more experienced fighter named Jerome Artis. Everett graduated from high school in its vocational program, which allowed him to find work as a sheet metal worker if he wanted. But boxing was now in his blood and imagination. He exercised at home, shadowboxing throughout his mother's house. Why don't you go back? Doris asked. I quit, he said. No, you haven't, she said. Look at you. You're doing the same things you used to
Yeah, if
do.
you want to get killed, would have
Everett
definitely been for
remained
sure
non-committal,
champion.
but his boxing trainer, Jimmy Arthur,
He would have beat some shit out of
spotted him on
have
the
you
legends.
street
met him?
corner
Did you
and
meet him
asked him
No, he
why he
got killed
quit
before I
when
was
he was
born.
doing so well.
My
before you were
dad was
born?
like
After some
7.
coaxing, Everett joined Arthur at the Juniper Gym in South
I
Philly
was born
and
Wow.
probably
never
like what
looked
12
back.
years after he
He
was
won
killed.
22 of 25 amateur fights before turning professional on September
See, I
22nd,
love to
1971. Everett's
see
talent and
like
ambition
watch
quickly set
stories
him
like this.
apart
So
from the other fighters at
know,
the gym.
people don't never
He didn't
hear
want to
these
be another
stories like this
guy
unless
hanging
you
out in
know
the
somebody
corner with the
personally like you,
boys
and then they say,
or in
"Hey, look at this
jail.
fighter" or something
He
like that.
wanted to be a world champion. Promoter Russell Peltz could see the star quality in Everett the moment he saw him in his third pro fight against Ray Hart. He got knocked down, got off the floor, and won by a knockout in the next round, Peltz said. He threw in a little of the Ali shuffle along the way. You knew right then he was going to be a big attraction. Everett would
Were
sign
you
with
a
manager
boxer? Have
Frank
you been boxed?
Gelb in
No, I
1972
used to do it when I
after the
was younger.
bout with Hart. Gelb was a former furniture store owner who also once managed heavyweight contender Jimmy Young. After 3 years as a pro, Everett would take a 19-0 record against the pride of Trenton, New Jersey, Sammy Goss. Goss had a record of 39-3 and gave the highly touted Edwin Virouette his first loss, but Everett would
Wow,
pitch a shutout, flooring Goss in the second round and giving his opponent
wow.
an assortment of cuts around his eyes and mouth. The impressive victory gave him confidence. I listened to Sammy Goss talk about how tough Mexicans were until it began to affect my mind, Everett said. Then I fought a Mexican. He wasn't any badder than the guys I boxed in the gym every day. Then I fought Sammy Goss, and I understood why he was afraid of Mexicans. Sammy was so experienced, and I had so much respect for him. I didn't go after him until the last round. I beat him terrible, and afterwards I realized I should have knocked him out. This soaring confidence then
Favorite
manifested
draws
itself
15
into
rounds
Everett's
fights unless you have
performances.
knockdowns to
He
even
would verbally
score.
taunt his opponents, telling them, I'm mean, man, mean, as he slammed them with right hooks and left crosses. But he did have his critics. Some of them would find fault in his cautious style and hot dogging. Everett could care less and realized that people would pay money just because they wanted to see him get beat. Boxing is an
Hmm.
art, Everett said. I can do those things because I learned my art. It's a talent to be able to
You could
spin
hear
your
the
man
sound,
around
right?
and
Yeah,
spank him like a
Okay.
baby. Everett was also an introspective and intelligent young man. He didn't see a long future in the sport and wanted to win the title by the time he was in his early 20s. He realized that a fighter could only have so many disappointments before he loses his desire to succeed. He would fight predominantly at the Spectrum in Philadelphia, but occasionally made the foray into his opponent's backyard. He decisioned contenders Ray Lunny III and Hugo Barraza in their hometowns, and in doing so, he became the
Have
number
you
one
ever watched this
contender
one?
to Alfredo
yeah.
Escalera's junior
Uh,
lightweight crown. And with those victories came the cash. Everett purchased 2 homes and bought a bar with his brother, calling it Ty and Mike's Golden Glove. He also
um,
purchased a yellow Cadillac, but not the latest model, as he wanted to save money. Money is the only reason I'm fighting, Everett said. Man, you got to be out of your mind to say you like to fight. Who wants to get in the ring and get beat up? Who wants to get up early and run 8 miles a day? Who wants to have their bones ache? So when people ask,
Remember, I was
do you
telling you
like to
when you get
fight?
older, that's how
I
much
say
most
no.
people think
It's a
but
dangerous
yeah,
sport,
to eat.
but it's also a sport where you can advance yourself in a short period of time. And why not use your talents and make the best of them? Everett would put his talents on display on November 30th, 1976, as he would get his shot against the flamboyant champion Alfredo Escalera, who would
you
often
forgot you're
enter
talking
the
about, right?
ring with a
Yeah, this
snake
where he
around
got
his neck.
robbed.
Sorry for the ass people. I
Live
need to.
streaming can be tricky, and
Mhm.
sometimes trying to find the right software
Let me
to make your streams
skip ads. December 30th. It's close to Thanksgiving, I'm pretty sure.
You know, back then the referee used to be a judge.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See, and I really feel like that's how it should be now. Because these judges, I don't know what they be doing, to be honest. I don't think they know what they be doing.
Hell no. But yeah, he was real close with Ali and all them back in the day too. Like Ali should Manuel story said Sugar Ray Leonard fought on Tyrone card.
Hmm. Like, I really feel like they should put these kind of stories on like the ESPN,
No,
30
his
for
story
30.
is we was
It's on
talking about it
ESPN
like
30 for 30?
yeah, what's the movie? Hurricane Carter. I think Tyrone's story is deeper than that.
Oh, wow.
Everett dominated. The judge's announcement in his favor seemed to be a given. Everett claimed that Escalera came over to him after the fight and said, "You won."
You
But the
won.
scoring of the bout was bizarre. Puerto Rican judge
Wow.
Ismael Fernandez scored it for Escalera 146-143. In rounds, he
Wow.
had it 7 rounds for Escalera, 4 for Everett, and 4 rounds even. The referee Ray Solis of Mexico gave Everett 4 rounds, Escalera 2, and scored 9 rounds even. But the 80-year-old Lou Tress of Philadelphia saw the fight
He
145-143 in favor of Escalera, allowing the
80 year
champion
old.
to keep his title and robbing Everett of his rightful victory. Everett cried in
Wow.
his dressing room after the decision was announced.
That's
"The
crazy.
thing that hurts is that I handled him so easy," Everett said. "Honestly, I didn't think he'd be that easy." The finger pointing began in the Everett camp. Everett saw his own manager, Frank Gelb, as not being capable of dealing with the sharks of boxing. "There are things about this business that Frank just doesn't understand," Everett said. "He came from a furniture store into a world where
You
they
should
don't
put
think
your
nothing about
grandfather's
roughing
story
up a
out there
person.
more.
He
Like in
just
the
doesn't
boxing
realize
groups,
that
like,
nice people
post these
get
links
run
in
Yeah.
over
there.
in boxing."
You can tell I mentioned it. A lot of people that's older
Negotiations
know who
for
my
a rematch
grandfather
with
is.
Escalera went nowhere. Escalera insisted that a return bout
Because,
take place in his
the
native Puerto
people in those
Rico,
boxing
and
groups
he had
claim to
just
be
signed
boxing fans, but
with
they don't
Don
ever sit
King.
down and watch
So the
stories like this that,
negotiations would be contentious
uh,
with phony
very
delays.
informative and
Everett would have a sit down interview with journalist Tom Cushman, who described Everett as being in a melancholy mood because of his inability
eat
to
your
get
heart
another
out
title
out labor,
shot.
right?
Everett's future
Eat
was
your heart
tied
out.
to the Escalera rematch, Cushman wrote, but it was a lasso tossed at a star that seemed to be forever fading over the horizon. The rematch would never materialize. On May 26, 1977, Everett would be found murdered on the second floor bedroom of his girlfriend, Carolyn McKendrick. He died of a single gunshot from what investigators first believed came from a high powered rifle. The bullet entered Everett's right nostril, went through his head, and then through a
Wow.
bedroom window behind him. It was found on a sidewalk across the street from the house. There were 38
Wow.
cellophane packets of heroin on a first floor dining table, a small quantity of pills, and marijuana.
This is
McKendrick
like a
would
drug
turn
deal
herself
going
in
on
to
or something? Is that
police.
what they're trying to
At the trial,
insinuate?
she would testify
From
that
what I
Everett
heard, so
would give her
Caroline was
frequent
actually
beatings and that he had
actually
used a transvestite named Tyrone
was
Price as the
husband was
pusher
part
of
of the
his
Black
heroin.
Mob,
Friends and
and
family of Everett
Tyrone
believed that
was big in it.
McKendrick
He used to
was a
mess with a
desperate
lot of people's
woman.
wives and all
One
that, and I heard that's what happened.
Oh,
So
Everett
if you
would
crazy.
beat
if
her
you
so
read that,
bad that, quote,
she was the wife of Ricardo McKendrick.
Hmm.
Philadelphia fighter with scars
That's
over his
crazy.
eyes. Prosecutor Roger King would argue that McKendrick killed Everett in a jealous rage after he had spurned her in favor of a transvestite in Tyrone Price. Everett's family would insist that Tyrone only liked women, but Tyrone Price would be the key witness at the trial. taking
So
the
she was trying
stand
to say that
dressed
she
as a
got jealous
woman
because he was
with
dating,
artificial
he
breasts
was
and
messing with a
speaking
trans.
in a
They
falsetto
Is that
tried,
what
voice.
she?
from what I heard,
Price
they
would
tried to set up
testify
because
that
the
McKendrick
transvestite
had
used to go into
confronted
all their
Everett
houses
about a
and
woman
clean.
that she saw him with
And they
earlier.
was there. But from what I heard, it was really because Carolyn, the girl, and it's
Yeah,
funny, I spoke to her not that long ago. I know that whole family.
she's still living.
Yeah. Carolyn, she took the rap for the husband. And they were
Oh
so
wow,
connected that she only did 5 years.
wow, that's crazy. That's crazy. What did you talk to her about? Like she was just
I don't
like
know.
she
It's like it don't hit me as bad, but I look at my uncles and them crazy about that shit. But
yeah.
just like what happened and stuff like that. Like
You know, boxing has a
Bar,
lot of
then Gene
crazy
Hart.
stories back in
Now
the
it's
day,
just
yo.
my time to be
This
the
is
star
an
of
interesting
Philadelphia,
story.
Everett said in
That's
an
crazy,
interview
yo.
shortly before his death. There's been a lot of stars. They come, they go. I'll
but yeah,
go
they
too.
said Ali and all them showed up in his funeral back in the day.
Wow. Wow. That was interesting. Thanks for chiming
Tyrone
us into
Everett
that
was born
one.
on April 18th.
Yeah. Yeah, he's the Aries. Wow.
Wow,
I didn't hear that happen like that. That's crazy. And so the lady that shot him is still living and she's spoke with him
yeah,
recently.
she's sick though, but she's still living.
You know, it's
Yep.
probably karma hitting her right now. Sorry.
I mean, I gotta look at it like the
Sorry.
fact of me. There's
Probably
reasons
karma.
why. Who knows? If he was still alive, would I be born? Who knows?
That's yeah. Oh, but when he died, you said your dad was seven, right?
With 7, yeah.
I know your dad was already born, so you'd have still
But
been born.
it's possible. But what happened if he would have moved my dad out somewhere and he never met my mom?
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, it's interesting to like dive into those scenarios like
Yeah.
that. And this all happened in Philly, right? Oh,
Yep.
that's crazy.
In
Yeah.
South Philly. Like my dad's side of the family, they from
Yeah,
Tasker Street
you need
Projects.
to post those stories, those links in the boxing chats on Facebook. Cause they swear they know about boxing, but they don't know any history or anything.
Man, a lot of them, they
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 just be in their
fans.
fanboy and fanagers. There's a lot of
Yeah.
fanagers on there, you know. So yeah.
I just go in there to troll and play around a little bit.
Yeah. I stopped even talking shit on there. I don't even if you notice I don't even comment anymore because they're always reporting me if I say something like, if I'm
I remember
defending
when they
myself.
first put you up there or something like that. I think that's how I added you. I think like they was trying to like was mad at you or something like that.
Yeah, they were calling me old. They were doing the most just because I was like hopping back at people. So they don't even know how to like stay in their feelings. They'll report you. So the last time, that's why I haven't commented in a while because the last time I like was going back and forth with somebody, I got suspended for like a day. So I was like, you know what? I'll just let them have it, whatever. So
They were. I
whatever.
need to check the Twitter. I haven't been to Twitter, so Twitter's still
Yeah, good.
popping.
You
But
need to go on Twitter, reactivate your account, and then start talking your
it's
shit.
there.
And I guarantee you, your shit will pop up like so.
Like back in the day, it used to pop off. Like I used to have the Mexicans. I forget the one
Yo,
Mexican
you'll
boxing
definitely have.
guru, his group, something like that. I used to have,
He's on there. I think he's on there.
yeah, I used to have all them mad at me.
Yeah, he's the Mr. Guru Boxer or something like
Yeah, I
that.
used to have all
He's on
them mad
Twitter.
at me.
Yeah.
Even
So
in,
you need
even
to
in
go ahead
person.
and rev that up again. You know, you might actually be doing Boots a favor by like
You
pushing
know who
like a social media
you
presence
know who
because
was the
Twitter.
biggest troll? I don't know if he was around. The dude Hector, the one that got beat up by Yusuf Mack.
No, probably not.
You remember Yusuf Mack, the gay boxer, he beat up the dude in the barbershop?
Yeah, but I don't think that I saw like their back and forth on Twitter.
No,
I know
but
that
no,
happened
I'm
like
just
at a
talking about
barber shop
Twitter.
or
You
something
had
like that,
Peter
right?
Quillen hating him, Steve
Yeah,
Cunningham.
it happened at a barber shop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
He was the biggest troll. Like everybody, all the media
Oh.
outlets hate him.
No, I was on Twitter for a while, but I only got into boxing Twitter just like a couple of years. So that if
So
that
yeah, I'm about
happened
to say, yeah, the
before,
boxing Twitter back in the day, like all them, like the boxing voice. He used to make pages up, leak people's shit.
Oh yeah. So
He put out
I
the
know
due
the fight
paperwork.
happened because of social media, and they caught him like at the barber shop, and then that's how they ended up fighting. But
Even on YouTube, like one time I commented on, like I just support YouTube if I know somebody, or if I see channels and people talking, I'll go on their thing, and I said Canelo will beat the shit out of Charlo. Somebody got mad, like I'm gonna kick you out the
that's
LBDC.
definitely
He's like, yeah,
they
I'm gonna
still
kick you
like
out
that.
the LBDC. This and that. I was like, what the hell is the LBDC? What the fuck is this?
The Lions box. What is it? Lions
And then they got
boxing.
mad. Like I get it afterwards. It's like a black support black.
Boston, yeah. No,
I was
that's
like,
still
what
a
is y'all,
thing,
the
man.
LGBT community or something like that? They was pissed.
No, oh my God, you definitely need to spark up your Twitter because there's a whole team of people waiting to get at you.
Then I seen the one boy get smacked on by Kenny Porter. I'm like, God damn.
Yeah, from the barbershop, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they in there. I'm cool with like the media outlets. I'm cool with a couple of them. Like I'm cool with Ellie. Shout out to my man Jamil who does the YSM. There's a couple of them that I like mutually. You need to become media since you on here. You
I
scared? You
should,
might as
right?
well.
No, I know, right? But I need to be drunk. But not drunk, but I need to be tipsy when I do media. But I just do this for fun. But it would be nice if I did become like media. Then I would probably take it a little bit more serious. But like right now, like not for nothing, my Twitter account, like this is probably no lie, my 40th account that I have on Twitter because I always get suspended because I'm always going back and forth with somebody cursing somebody out, and they always report me. But if I get into media, I can't do that. I have to be like more like professional, and you know. But
I
I,
mean,
I mean,
people.
I think I could interview people if I had the chance. But right now, I just do it for fun. Like I just do like get people up here, talk their shit, and we just have like boxing discussions or whatever.
Get green light. You can start getting boxers to go in to chime in and
Yeah,
stuff like that. You just be yourself. You don't gotta be too crazy with it, but
yeah. I have a smart mouth. And I don't let these trolls and these fanatics get away with everything. That's why people know me on boxing Twitter because I don't keep my mouth shut and I do like clap back at them. So no, definitely if you get on boxing Twitter, you might be doing Boost a favor by sparking up some like boxing conversations that people might not most likely have on
what
boxing Twitter because it's not like
I'm about to tweet. I'm about to tweet right now.
like
I'm about to tweet right now and be like, Boots will beat the shit out of Earl Spence and what you call,
let me tell you, that's
and
gonna.
you retweet me.
All right. What what is your boxing thing? Is it
It's
Johnny
full
Bravo?
throttle UYR, like
Full
full throttle.
throttle
Then you add a UYR at the end.
UR. Oh, I see it here. Okay. Follow. Oh yeah, let me tell you. You might go viral on your first day. Oh, see, nah, see, I already see your page. I ain't liking it neither. Talking about my Knicks. Or somebody tell the Knicks to give us Sixers Cam Reddish because y'all wasting his talent. Nah, I don't like that. I do not like that. All right. All right, so
You follow,
everybody,
so I can follow right back.
yeah, I did. Cause I see you talking shit
For
about
some
my
reason,
Knicks. I
I
don't
can't
like.
hear you.
I
Hold
don't.
on.
Oh, oh, how many? What I said? 2 hours and 13 minutes. Okay, nice. You can do something. Oh, see nipples. Yeah.
All right, I can
No,
hear
so I
you.
thought, yeah, so I followed you right, but I see that you were talking shit about my Knicks. So I was just like, ooh, I know, but I'm not gonna like your
You
face.
said about the
You're like,
Knicks.
yeah, you said somebody tell the Knicks to give us Sixers Cam Reddish because y'all wasting his talent.
Yeah,
No,
that's
we're not
that's
gonna
really
do
my young boy.
no.
Like they wasted my young boy. He hurt now. That's my young boy. Like.
No, don't be going in on my Knicks like that. No.
Well, let me. Oh, follow.
Yeah, no, you definitely. I already could tell that he's good. You're gonna be a mess on Twitter.
I didn't peep that was you. You got the blackout.
Yeah, because I'm actually taking a break off of Twitter this month. That's why. Um, let me see. Thanks, Munoz. You know, one day you have to get on because you always have good commentary. All right.
Yeah,
No,
now
I
I
was
can hear
saying
you.
that I was taking a break off of Twitter this month actually because I'm literally one of the biggest people that get into people on there, and it's a lot. And so I was just like, I'm gonna come back on my birthday, so that's why I blacked out everything. And I was like, let me just take a break.
Oh, so I want to tweet something on your birthday then, so you can retweet it.
Yeah, yeah. So I'll come back in April when it's like
Oh, April, that's a
had a
minute. This
month.
is beginning of March. Talking
I
about
know.
April.
I just started like 2 days ago from taking a break from Twitter, so that's why I was like, let me just
So you
tweet
need a
something so people
meditation
know.
break? They was getting crazy on you like that?
Yes, yes, they always do. They always do, and I can't even go in on people like I want to because I only have one strike left on this page. So if I get like reported again, I'll get suspended, and then I'll lose my page. So I have to be like real calm and collected. So I was like, you know what? Let me take a break. So yeah. So I want to thank you, Johnny, for coming on tonight. You were a really good guest on the panel tonight. You and Julius, y'all gave us good
All
boxing
right,
talk.
thanks for
And
having me. You know, I
yeah,
always
and you know,
support.
thanks for putting us on your grandfather. You know, I'm pretty sure a lot of people didn't know that
Anytime,
story on there.
anytime. Appreciate you.
Yeah. Thanks everybody in the
You
chat
live in New
for.
York?
I just moved from New York to Florida. Yeah.
Oh, you just moved to New York?
Yeah, yeah. No, it's moved from New York to Florida. So
Uh,
I'm in Florida right now. Yeah.
oh, Florida.
Yeah.
That's lit. You up you south near South Beach or you more mid?
I'm close to South Beach. It's probably like 30 minutes from South Beach.
All right. I be taking my time to South Beach here and there for meetings, but I'm back in Philly for a little bit. Need to get my ass back in the West Coast.
Yeah. All right, everybody. Thanks in the chat for tuning in. I'll do this next Friday. So I'll hit you up on Facebook when I come on here on live on Friday, Johnny, so in case you
All
want
right.
to hop on again. All right.
Thank
Good
you.
night, everybody.
Peace out.
Bye.